anybody's going to be in it because I have 187 subscribers. Everybody from my pop days is gone. So, yeah, guys, welcome to the Collector's Digest podcast. I have with me my co-host Dustin Gill and Jesse from Jesse Rebirth, right? You changed
Yep.
the channel name, didn't you?
Yeah, it was just my name and I didn't have anything. I just figured, I love the Rebirth series, so I just went with it.
Hell yeah, I love it as well. So definitely check out his channel. Will link it in the description below. It's probably not in there right now, but once this is all wrapped up and I can get to the actual video file, I'll put it all in there. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. We're going to talk about a lot of dope stuff. Did everybody check out Sdcc and all the news?
I've been seeing things. I haven't really been on top of it, but I'm on top of all the toys and all that type of stuff they announced.
Hell yeah, me too. What has you excited so far, both of you guys?
Go ahead, Jesse.
Because I'm thinking.
All right, dude, this is my first like SDC with Hot Toys, so it's pretty. Honestly, it was almost overwhelming. I know they say like all the stuff they show you doesn't get released half the time, but still it's pretty wild. So just a couple of the ones that I really liked. I really like that War Machine, that Iron Patriot War Machine. I think that thing I like how bulky it is, and I like the colors. I know people were like photoshopping it and making it all gray and shit, and I was like, no, I like that red, white, and blue just looks clean. I love it. I think it looks nice. And
yeah, I like
aren't
that too.
Those actually from a video game?
Is it?
No, from like some Marvel. It's the same thing that Punisher's from, I believe, where it's Punisher in the War Machine suit.
I guess they were saying, yeah. Go ahead, Dan. You know what?
It's not. It's not because that's from the. That's the same game that Venom pool that they showed. It's from that game, like Marvel.
That's what I thought that was too.
Yeah, it's like Marvel Conquest or Marvel Strike Force or something. But War Machine wore 2 suits in Endgame, but in the final battle, if you look at him, which they didn't really show him much, but he was in that suit, and it's supposed to be like the Iron Patriot 2.0, if you will, because of that paint job.
See, I only watched Endgame once, so I might have totally just looked over it because he didn't get any screen time at all.
Yeah, people were saying he was in the very end for like 10 seconds, so that armor is like barely shown, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. It looks so sick. So
I have this old War Machine version. He's called Milk, and it was a Milk magazine exclusive where he's like gray and white.
Yeah, you have that?
Yeah, I have it. His eyes light up red. I've actually thought about selling him, but he's still just sitting in there. But I went for all those random variants too.
It's a Hot Toy?
Yeah.
Oh damn! I've never even heard of that.
Budget Stark was just talking about that on the live stream between like him, Dean Knight, and Justin's collection or whatever, that Milk variant, and it's like it's hard to find, dude.
Really?
It was hard to get. Yeah.
I think I got mine from Sideshow back in the day. I also have that gunmetal gray Mark.
That was sick.
3 or 4 Iron Man. It was like my very first war I ever got in, where everyone's refreshing the page trying to get a hold of one, just like trying to check out.
Yeah.
I remember those days, Dan. I'll never go back.
It was fun. The last one I had was the Liber Mijo Joker, man. They crashed the website by announcing when they were going to put him up on Prime 1.
Damn.
So I need to get that. And because I want to get Batman Damned, but here's my dilemma, dude. Hot Toys won't stop. Like I have all right. This is bad, but I wanted to get these statues, and then they released the Advanced Suit Spider-Man, so I was like, okay, well, they're not going to release Spider-Punk probably for a while. Well, they just announced him, so then this past payday, I go on Sideshow to pre-order it, and it's waitlisted. So I got to get it from a Hong Kong seller. You know what I mean?
Which one is this?
The Spider-Punk, his punk out, like the punk rocker from the
he's
TV.
Been up for pre-order forever, man.
I know, I know, man. And I kept I just kept putting it off. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
shouldn't. I just kept putting it off because it was like, you know. And then recently, man, I'm just like in this Spider-Man craze. Like, I'm reading the comics. One thing from like SDCC, while we're on the topic, like nothing like Hot Toys kind of disappointed me, and I'll get into that. But Sideshow released a Renew Your Vows statue. It's like or it's a maquette, and it's from the Renew Your Vows.
Yeah, that's Peter and Mary Jane together. It's J. Scott Campbell's
yes,
art line.
yes, I need
Yeah.
that. I need that, but I want to. I don't know, man. It's so hard.
How much is
You
that
know,
then?
I don't know yet. They didn't
don't
put
know.
it up, but it's
Do you have
probably
like
going to
an
be like,
idea, like a good idea of what it would be?
probably
Hold on 1
like
second. I'll be right back.
all right, probably like $600 or $700 fucking dollars.
Damn.
You know,
Well, it's worth it to you though. Just sell a couple things and then boom.
I really want to sell my legends. I want to sell like the NECA stuff, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah.
But I know that the route that I want to go down is these higher end collectibles, but my heart is still attached to some of the NECA, some of the Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think eventually I should purge all that shit, and yeah. So yeah, let me just tell you, SDCC really made me upset, and this is why. As far as Hot Toys, they announced a Robin from Batman Forever or Batman and Robin.
I'm buying it.
Dude, okay, that's fine, but like, why that figure? You know what I mean? We've been like Prime 1 is killing it. Prime 1, they released almost every character that's in the Arkham games.
Yeah.
So I know that the license is obtainable, and you know that the market's there because look at all the people buying or getting into Prime 1 strictly for the fact that they make those statues. They make that line. You know how many people
Hot Toys they had previewed the Arkham, I believe it was Arkham Knight Batgirl, and they showed it at last year's Comic-Con, and it's even in some of the Deathstroke pictures where you see the side of her, but it's went nowhere. It's just been like shelved.
Dude, they showed it this year.
Oh, they did?
Too. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, they showed it this year and nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you think's coming next though? Probably, I mean, Batman, obviously.
But that's the thing, dude. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Is that why would you show Robin without Batman?
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. I'm like 30. I don't remember that movie. I don't remember Robin being that kind of character, like that big, like people being like, "Oh my God, this guy's amazing." Like, was he?
Well, wasn't his name. That's Chris O'Donnell, right?
I don't know.
I believe that's his name. It's been a little while, but that's the Batman Forever Robin. And the way I thought of it is they've exhausted themselves on the Dark Knight stuff. They've done everything Dark Knight. I mean, they're rehashing now. They did Two-Face again. We're getting a 1/4 Joker. They did 89 Batman. They did Batman Returns Batman with Michael Keaton. And they're supposed to do a Penguin and Catwoman. But now it's like they're going to Batman Forever. It's kind of like Hot Toys seems to be scared to take a risk on like side characters, even though the demand is fully there. For the longest time, people have been complaining that all they do is Batman, Iron Man. Well, it seems like now all they're doing is really Iron Man and like Spider-Man. If you've noticed, they're really leaning hard on there.
And why do you think? Like, I guess like what you said is that they're scared to take a risk, but what risk is there? Haven't we proved that we'll buy the shit? I mean, they put out that
toy has been sold out basically, except for some of their Marvel figures will sit, on Big Bad Toy Store and stuff like that for quite a while. Because I don't know, every DC license they carry does sell out. Every Batman figure they have sells out, except for the Arkham City one. You can still find some of him.
Yeah, you can get that on Big Bad Toy Store, which I need to get. But like,
They're
you're
probably-
right, dude.
They're probably just going with the guaranteed money, you know, and the hype of just Avengers and they're just riding this wave until it's going to crash, and it's going to crash soon because we're not going to have any Marvel coming for a little while. So they're going to have to fill it with something. But I think they're racking the money with Endgame and, you know, all this hype of Marvel. So money talks, dude. So
Yeah.
they're just listening to the money and they're going with that. But I mean, I think it's a good sign. The Robin is, I mean, if you like it, then it's cool. But it's a good sign for us knowing they could make, you know, they're making other shit. I think a Jim Carrey Riddler from that would be badass.
Absolutely
I'd
agree.
be down for that.
Yep. All of forever. Make Batman, make him in both suits. The first one with the little gold emblem that curves. Make him at the end with the big bat emblem where you have the sonar style looking outfit.
Yep. Down for that.
Roll it over. Do Batman and Robin. You could do their beginning suits and then their silver versions. People would buy it. It's nostalgia. They do nostalgia right compared to all these reboots that try to rehash nostalgia. You know, like we want the things from our childhood, not like remade things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. But kind of like what Dustin said, it's like they're going with the guaranteed money. I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to make it to where whoever talks, it shows their screen, but I don't know how to do that.
It was working, I believe, at one point.
Oh, was it?
Because you guys were flipping back and forth, but right now you're just a logo with like sound waves.
Well, let me check this out. You guys continue.
What else do I have on here? I thought that Hulk, I mean, everyone was looking forward to that Hulk, and I think that looked like ass. So I think it looks weird wearing clothes, man. I don't know. I got that Gladiator Hulk, and I love it.
I think that'd be the only Hulk worth buying, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it if I freaking do this. There he is out of the corner.
Yeah. He's a monster. Huge.
Yeah, he's massive and he's heavy as he's got to be a solid like 15 pounds. I'm serious. He's heavy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't like the way that looked. I think it looked kind of weird, funky looking. Spider-Man, that 1/4 Spider-Man is dope. The base.
Oh yeah. He's a must.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I was saying no, and then I saw it and I was like, I don't know. We'll have to see how much it is. I bet it'll be pricey, but the 1/4 game is real, man. That Batman got me, and then after that I went and Dan and I both pre-ordered that quarter scale Vader, and I think it's gonna keep going from there. That thing looks great. So
there should be a Stormtrooper eventually too for the quarter scale.
Oh shit, that would look cool.
I believe it'll be like the DX one with the light up feature behind him.
That would be sweet.
I agree with the quarter scale Spider-Man. They're leaning on that the Mark III Iron Man where he came with Ironmonger's hand. Now Spider-Man comes with, you know, Vulture's wing. I think that's dope. I like dynamic faces like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find where to put them though because they don't fit in D-tops.
That's true.
Yeah. I really like that Spider-Man that they showed, dude. Like I said, I'm going nuts for for Spider-Man right now. Like they showed that little cardboard cutout that they were going to be doing what is that called? Oh, Into the Spider-Verse, dude. I need that Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Like, and if they actually give him Nikes, like you have to give him Nikes.
Bro, they're going to make that look so good. Oh my God.
With the Martin
is doing Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, they showed it behind the Iron Spider and like the PS4 suits, the negative Iron Man suit and the Iron Spider, they showed a cardboard cutout that said coming soon Into the Spider-Verse, and it was a movie masterpiece. And then on one corner and then the other corner said Hot Toys. Well, yeah. When they made Marty
see that because I know right now there's a third-party company. Do you ever shop on like 1/6 Outfitters and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have.
I've seen that.
They have a couple. They have like a deluxe and or separate ones where it's Miles and a couple different suits, and they're all 1/6 scale.
Dude, that just makes me think that Hot Toys is watching these people and they're like, they see the hype, they see them put it out and everyone's talking about it and they're like, oh, that looks great. And then they're just like, okay, well, then we'll just do one and make it even better and just like take all your money.
Well, see, they should have put out a real Venom, man. If their Venom pool looks so cool, they should have done a real Venom. Like that, they could have killed it with Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm extremely happy they're leaning on the Spider-Man game, though. I waited and waited, and I actually had that advanced suit on pre-order, and I was like, I don't think I really like the way a suit looks, and it looks bagged up in parts. And then I saw a guy post a picture, and it's literally like the BVS Batman, where his muscles are molded into the suit, and they look perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So I used all my Sideshow points on that advanced suit, just waiting for that to release. And I had to grab Scarlet Spider just because that suit texture alone is insane.
Dude, it looks so good.
Yeah.
I went on the game. I was just playing it before we got started here. And because I was like, yo, what is all this? It doesn't look like the comic version. So then I went on the game and I was like, does it look like this where it looks like all detailed with, I don't know how to explain it. And it does. So they literally took that suit. Well, I guess they always do that. But like you said, sometimes like in the pre-orders, like BVS Batman, everybody hated that figure. Nobody was going to get it. They were making fun of it. There was a bunch of memes. They put up, people photoshopped it, and they put up like Batman fries. And they put the burger with the fries up there. And then it came in, and it was amazing.
I was ready to pre-order him even at his current look. Like, I didn't care. I was going to pre-order no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just like with the Spider-Man, like I wasn't in the game when Batman came out, but or I was just getting into it, and then he released and I didn't get it in time. But yeah, like you said, dude, they killed it with that advanced suit, and I missed it, so I put in a request to get it on waitlist, and I got it. So I have until now. Sideshow is doing something where if at least with Hot Toys, if somebody cancels their order and your whitelist gets fulfilled, then you have until a certain date. They give you 5 days to pre-order.
They did the same thing to me with Freeze right after he released, because I waited and waited and waited on Arkham Freeze, and then boom, he sold out everywhere. And then I put him on waitlist just thinking, I'll never get him. And then all of a sudden they're like, you got 5 days to come up with $1,200 or whatever. Oh shit. Like,
yeah, that's awesome, dude. How many
waitlist is such a good option. I even say it in my videos, if there's something you want and it's waitlisted, absolutely waitlist it, because I'm like 4 for 4 or something with waitlist. All of them have been fulfilled.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, dude. I got well, I'm an idiot, man. I got the Joker, the 1/4 scale on waitlist, and then it got fulfilled. And like an idiot, I was like, no, I'm gonna expand my collection. I'm gonna go for more Marvel figures, and here I am without that fucker. And it's like, I talked to Hong Kong sellers and shit, and they're like, yeah, we want, you have people hyping up this seller, hyping up that seller. And then I went and asked them, like, yo, how much do you want for this? And they're like, oh, it's $900. I'm like, God damn, I don't know $900 for that.
When mine converts, man, you can have it. It's all yours.
That'd be amazing.
I can't. I got the 1/6 one, so I'm gonna stick with that.
Jesse, did you get the 1/4
of Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on. He's still pre-order for me. They haven't said anything about releasing him yet.
Why do you think it takes so long from Sideshow?
Yeah, the way I see it, because people are always complaining about shipping. And I've been very vocal about how I think Sideshow this and that. I actually think Sideshow's doing really good at the moment, because it's like Sideshow and P1, after they split, like leading up to that, I think Sideshow was becoming basically overpriced for nothing special. And I think they really pulled an audible recently where they're really releasing really good stuff right now. I think they knew they had to start doing that. But I think what happens is these companies like in China, I think they fill up a shipping crate. And I think it takes time for them to fill up that crate because there's no way they're shipping these piece by piece over an airplane. They're all coming by boat. Is what I would imagine. So I figure they have a shipping crate that they fill it up, and then once it's full, they bring it over.
Yeah.
Because I once the life-size Batman from Sideshow, the bust that came out a long time ago, we actually got an email about it saying, okay, he's going to be delayed X amount of time more because moisture got into the shipment and had ruined them all because it was coming by sea.
Oh crap!
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that on?
It was the Sideshow life-size Batman, the very first one they ever did. The bust where he's just kind of like looking to the side.
Wow.
So what happens then if they get it? They just refund them?
Obviously. Well, no, they just waited for another order to come. Basically, they just trashed all those ones and started again. Or refurbished. I don't know what they did. But
yeah.
That definitely happened, and it was definitely by boat.
Damn, that's crazy. They probably just didn't even think about that shit.
You know, I heard a bunch of people who bought their what is it, Berserk, the anime. A bunch of people that bought the Prime 1 guts and armor or something like that. A bunch of moisture got into theirs as well from Sideshow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Berserk is sick too. I actually like that.
I've been staying away from it, man, because I know I can't jump on a whole new line of anything. So I'm staying away for now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know if it's switching between people, but I hope it is, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna stop worrying about that. We're gonna get back to this. So, what do you guys think about Hot Toys doing a horror figure? Like, it's kind of crazy, right? Or am I like?
I think it's. I mean, I don't. Like I said, I'm not really into horror. I've never like collected anything or watched a lot of the movies. I guess I don't know. I just never have. But I think that thing looks freaking amazing, and I think it just gives us hope that they're just going to keep making different stuff. I mean, and look, that thing will sell out so fast, and it will. I bet the aftermarket price on that is going to be ridiculous. Just like the pops are different, but I mean, those pops, like the hype was so freaking real for those things. So I see this one just being huge.
The only thing I feel that's weird, see, I'm all for him doing horror. I'm all for him doing anything. Because think about Alien is kind of like old horror, you know. They've done Alien, Alien 2, you know, all of them. But what I don't get is everybody is doing the absolute same exact thing for it. Prime 1 has the exact same setup where it's the curb with the drain with the hand. There's another company that did the exact same setup, but it is inside the drain, and then it's it on top of the drain. And now Prime 1 just put out an it with the exact same base as basically the Prime 1. It's kind of just crazy that everyone's doing this. Like, there's no differences between their bases.
Well, I guess that would be like why people love Hot Toys so much, right? Because you can pose it in like tons of different ways. You can get tons of different looks and whatnot. So that's one of Hot Toys like a pro for them. Statues, of course, are like insanely detailed and just amazing. But I think that's one thing that Hot Toys has on them is they can actually move, and a lot of people freaking love that. So I do.
Yeah. Well, Hot Toys is like a universal good thing to collect. I mean, they're the best figures on the market. They're not cheap, but they're relatively cheap to where, you know, you can own 3 to 4 Hot Toys per one statue. So it's like, and they span across multiple, you know, licenses or IPs. So it's like, it's one of the better things to collect.
And one statue they did show that I think I've actually, and I don't own any, and I might. It was I don't know who it was. It's probably Sideshow, but it was the Flash, and he's just running, and he's got his back leg in it. Is that Sideshow?
Yeah.
That thing looks. I love that thing. I might I might actually get that.
Yeah, it's got the extreme pose to him.
Yes, that looks so cool, man. I love that.
Yeah, he
I've
looks
seen
dope.
people talking online that they're worried he's gonna lean. Because if you
Oh.
have certain statues in real dynamic poses, when they have one peg holding him in, it's like XM's Darth Maul. He's jumping off his Sith speeder. He's already starting to lean.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean he's gonna, but that's a lot of weight leaning forward, you know?
Yeah. That would drive me nuts, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be a bummer.
Damn.
I do think Sideshow's gotten better with their price points, though. A lot of their newer stuff, for a minute there, they're getting insane. Where Mr. Freeze was like $750 for a very simple, you know, it's a really nice Mr. Freeze, but $750 is kind of asking a lot. But their recent, oh, I forget that girl's name. It's like Deja Thoris or I don't know how you pronounce it, but she's only going to be $550 for like the size of her. Like that's not bad for a statue.
Yeah.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Is she an X-Men?
No. She's her own thing. She's like one of these Dynamite girls, like Vampirella, and she's basically naked with just the gold chains on her and the nipple pasty type, the little metal things.
Yeah, I saw that. That. And they announced that with some of their, was it like Court of the Dead or whatever stuff? Yeah. Well, I'm with you as far as the Pennywise thing, man. Going back to that for a second, I feel like everybody is doing the same. That's one thing that caught my eye. I was like, yo, it looks exactly like the Prime 1 statue, just Hot Toys, you know? And is this thing going to get released? I don't think it's going to get released, man.
You don't think so? I do. I think it is.
I don't, because the base, this is the pattern that, and you know, I've been collecting for what, about a year, maybe a little less. But I've been following the game for 2 to 3 years. They use a lot of the same bases, and this is something that is going to be, they're going to have to make an abundance of these. You know what I mean? They're going to have to make that. And I just don't, do you see them doing it? I don't know.
If they were smart, bro, I mean, I've heard so much shit about their marketing is just so bad. Like they need to plan these releases around the release of the movie, and it would just, they don't ever do that. Why don't they do that? I think
they might with this one.
That's what if they did that, it would just, that thing would sell out so fast. I guarantee you. I would almost guarantee it. Well,
I know D Knight is that was like the main thing that he saw, that he from this con that he liked. And I mean, yeah, I would get it. It's just I don't know that they're gonna make it. But if they do, if they opened their doors to horror, dude. I mean, think of the money that a Michael Myers would bring in. Because
see, one thing I would say, I don't know how horror translates over to like the Chinese or Japanese like markets. Like, are they really into horror? It feels like it is one of those things that is like kind of like it's like bigger than horror. You know what I mean? It's like a world phenomenon. It makes me want, I kind of think it might be like a one-off piece, because I'm not sure how much, I know Japan has extremely scary horror movies, but they're never like our American type like horror. They do their own thing.
Yeah, like they had The Grudge.
Yeah, and then we take
like
a lot of our movies and base it off theirs.
Yeah, I've actually heard that people don't really realize that they're marketing for, you know, Hong Kong. Like they don't give a crap about what we like. Like they're going off of what they like, and people are all like wanting them to make these figures that are like people want in the United States, but they just don't give a shit. They're just like, we're gonna release what our market likes, and that's what they're gonna do. But yeah, but I think you were saying, I didn't know that. I don't know how big horror is over there. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything, because you got to remember, Hot Toys is a Chinese company. I believe it's Korean artists, and I believe JC Hong is Korean, but they're a Chinese company.
I think a lot of people forget that, including myself, a lot of the time.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know. I could see it selling really well, but it's all about will he come to the markets, just like Cyborg. We've never seen a pre-order for Cyborg, but I think Cyborg will go the way of who's the guy that in Guardians of the Galaxy? He's Drax.
Yeah.
It took forever to get a Drax figure, but they finally released him, and now there's like 2 or 3 of them.
Because of that body, that thing is. Could you
Yeah.
imagine that thing? That would take forever.
Yeah, it's not a base body; it's its own every time.
I bet the painters are like, "No, don't release Drax. Don't fucking do it." Please.
Yeah, probably.
I've thought that China is, or that Hot Toys is basically stationed in China because that's where all the factories are for all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably where, their base of operation just because of that. Because if you buy a Prime 1 statue from Prime 1, it ships from China, even though they're a Japanese company.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I think Star Wars had a ton of awesome releases.
Yeah, I really like that they're going back to like they're going to do the Kit Fisto.
Yes.
And they're really leaning. See, I think that recently, I think with 7 and 8, I don't know how everyone feels about it, but I'm not a fan of 7 and 8 at all.
Total
But
ass.
seeing how bad those can be, it's really made me like 1, 2, and 3 a lot more. And now I'm really liking those Hot Toys to 1, 2, and 3.
I'm a prequel lover, man. I love the prequels.
Yeah, they were a whole new story, man. I'm waiting on Darth Maul to come out. I know he's out everywhere. He ships soon, but
I have that on pre-order, man.
with the Sith speeder.
No, just I don't have room for that thing. I just.
What do you think of the Solo one?
I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I mean, they literally, people don't even have this thing in hand yet, and they're releasing another one. I don't
That's
really.
the way they do it, man. That's what Prime 1 has done, where
I'm learning.
Basically, they won't release too many of the same character now because they don't want it to be market saturation.
Mm-hmm.
People will only buy half or half. It was kind of sneaky that the minute Darth Maul started releasing, that they drop another Darth Maul, like, oh, hey, look at this one.
But why does it have to be a DX figure? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I hate
his eyes are all movable and stuff.
Right, but so was Hulk's. You know what I mean? And Hulk wasn't like a DX. He was just
I saw something that was like a DLX, man, like something like it was something different, but it has its own number and everything. It's like you were saying. So
I don't hate the Darth Maul. I think that it's cool for collectors because there is a lot of people that they really like that Solo film, but correct me if I'm wrong, you haven't like that tank armor Han Solo, did that ever release yet? Like, has that actually come out?
Like the Mud Trooper or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think it came out.
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't.
And I don't think that the regular Solo figure with Chewbacca came out. It could have. I could be completely wrong.
I think that went up for pre-order. Because I remember, I never seen Solo, but I remember when they started showing all the toys to Solo.
Yeah.
Jesse said that the Kit Fisto, dude, I hope they make a Mace Windu.
Oh, yeah. They're going through all of those. If you're a prequel lover, have you looked into any of the extended universe with the books?
No, man. I mean, I have a little bit, but I've never gotten into it, but I've always wanted to.
See, I'm huge on Audible. It's this app where you can just listen to books. While at work, I always listen to books. I just listened to Darth Plagueis. That book is so good that it makes you love episode 1 and 2. It really gives you this whole background because Darth Plagueis was Darth Sidious's master.
Dude, my job was like that too. I'm at my desk and I can listen to whatever like all day. So you're gonna have to send me some of that because I really want to listen to that.
Yeah, look up the app Audible. And
okay. Yeah,
Next
yeah. I need to
series I'm
figure out.
going to is Darth Bane, man. It's a trilogy.
Oh God, dude, yes. Anything I can listen to that's new at work, I'm down.
Yeah, Darth Bane created the Order of Two, where there's a master and apprentice. I'm super excited
Oh, really?
about that.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
How about
dope.
that? How about that Wicket? I want that. That's one I would get.
The what?
The Wicket, that little furry. That
The
little
little furry dude from Star Wars, from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, the Ewok?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What did I say?
Oh,
The Wicket?
Wicket.
What the Wicket?
I think it is Wicket, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe that was its name or something.
I actually have, and I'll put this up for if there's anybody watching. I don't know, but I have some photos from SDCC here. So let me see if I can't share this real quick with everybody. We have some releases. So let me go up here. I'll just run down everything. So they announced this speeder for Anakin Skywalker here that I doubt will ever see the light of day.
That thing is sick,
Like
though.
the TIE Fighter. Remember how they showed a life-size TIE Fighter and that, or not life-size, a 1/6 scale, and that never came to fruition.
Right.
Did they show like a Millennium Falcon cockpit too back in the day?
Oh, I wanted that.
Yeah, they
Han
showed that
Solo
last
standing
year.
at the back with his arm up.
That's cool.
So then here we have, and I hope this is coming out clear. I don't know that it is,
Yeah, it's good.
but so we got a close up of Scarlet Spider. He looks fucking amazing.
Dude, I'm keeping that thing.
All the Spider-Man game figures are gonna be up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
Look at this 1/4. Like, oh my god, I want it.
I do too, man. I'm actually exiting 1/6 scale for a lot of things, like Iron Man. Like, they just showed the end game Iron Man. I want it so bad, but I feel like they're gonna do a 1/4 of it. So it's like,
Oh damn.
because think about it, for a couple $100 more, you'd have it 1/4, and you see how big and nice 1/4s are now.
Dude.
Because they announced 1/4 Mark II. I had just seen it on your thing.
Yeah, they have the Mark II here, and then they have the Mark III as well, which both of them look really good. The bases. I did hear another YouTuber saying that they didn't like the upscale, the type of bases that Hot Toys does, but I don't know, man. I really like how they have the platform like that.
Oh yeah.
And
What was he in Iron Man 3 by that time? Like Mark 32 or something?
I think he got to the 40s. Wasn't he in the 40s in that
I
one?
think it was the Mark 40 that was like, I'm honestly, I don't know.
Whichever was the gold and reddish one. I picked up the 1/4 to that, and the base is extravagant. It's huge. It lights up. It's a brilliant figure all the way around.
So another thing that people got people's attention was this suit right here next to the Spider-Punk. That looks dope. I'm not really sure which one exactly that is, but I know that it's from the video game, so that looks cool. And then they showed the homemade suit, and let me see if I can't zoom in on this. And that is from Far From Home. That's a Far From Home base, and it's Spider-Man.
Those assholes.
Now,
but it might be like these. What were you gonna say?
Sorry for cutting you off, but just to confirm, now, I mean, this is clear on my screen, but it does say on the plaque right here, homemade suit. And I mean,
you've seen these movie, what do they call it? Right before a movie comes out, they call it like movie promo edition. It's basically a cash grab.
Yeah.
I love how the price is TBD too. It's funny.
And what they'll do is like they came out with what was it, Homecoming normal Spider-Man that had the yellow blazer, all the extra pieces to him, and he was a great figure. And then they did the movie promo, the exact same suit with I think none of the accessories, but probably the same price.
So here is the Iron Spider. Now, there's a couple things about this. People were so excited about this that they literally said, do you notice his legs, the spider legs? It looks like they're going to use this suit for the MCU. No, I don't think so. I think that either they didn't have the whatever it is that comes out of his back, the spider legs. I don't think that they had them probably ready for the con, or this is just, hey, look at what we made, and they're just showing it off, and they use the ones and painted them gold from the Iron Spider suit from Infinity War. I don't think that they're saying, oh, this suit is going to be in the MCU. I know that it's not. This is the suit from the game. But Jesse, if you look at this picture, you can see right behind there, that's the little plaque that they had that said Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And you can see in the corner,
Ooh.
right behind Spider-Man's ass there, it says movie masterpiece. So they're planning on making the Far From Home figures, and the people that are on this cardboard cutout is Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. So I am ecstatic.
Did you
about
see
that.
I think Iron Studios or someone did a set of them where they all go together.
Yes.
And they have like comic words. I gotta grab a charger real quick.
Okay.
Are you getting that Thanos, Dan? That armored one?
Yeah. Yep. I missed out on the. Well, I didn't miss out. I could still get it, but I mean, this is the one I want. I will cancel it if they don't include the gauntlet. So many people are mad that they include the gauntlet because it wasn't in the movie. I don't care. I don't care. I want the fucking gauntlet. This thing is going to cost over $400.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get that. You can get that Infinity War one for under retail right now, man. I see it going for just a little bit under sometimes. I mean, you got to find a good deal, but it's probably because of this one that it's going for that much.
Yeah, it definitely looks awesome, dude. And then for whenever he gets back in here, this is
I'm back.
Okay. This is the War Machine we were talking about. His big ass suit and his Iron Patriot colors.
Look at those rockets, dude. That thing is sick. You think you think they'll do? I heard some people saying it would be like maybe like a 2-pack, but I'd say no.
He reminds me of like the Heavy Arms Gundam. If you remember the movie.
I heard someone say Optimus Prime, and I thought that was kind of funny.
He looks so dope, dude. So I will try to get that. I mean, it's not going to be number one on my priority list, but before we talk about this Hulk, this some people are saying that this Iron Man, is the best sculpt of Tony Stark yet. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
You think it's the best?
I'm probably gonna sell the one I have right now and get that one.
Well, I'm definitely getting the regular one with the gauntlet. This is very convincing, but I don't know if I
just love the battle damage, dude. I think it makes it just look that much better. I love it.
Everything about him. It's perfect.
Yeah. The base, dude, the rock base. That's sick.
Such a fitting way to end the 10 years, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
Yeah. I was worried that they were going to throw Captain Marvel in there and she was going to just destroy Thanos and everyone's going to
Thank God
how strong she is.
Thank God.
I'm glad it ended with Tony.
Dude, now it looks like they're going to make a Captain America from Endgame from when he fought himself. And he comes with Loki's scepter.
Dude, that thing it doesn't look like that much better than the original one.
It's just a rehash, man. They're just money grab. They take the scepter from another figure, put it with him, and
you think it's all the same materials and whatnot?
I feel like it's better, dude.
You do? You think so?
I feel like it looks better. I feel like the original one was baggy, but I could be wrong.
I know a lot of people had problems.
You gotta remember they redid that exact suit at some point. It was like a Winter Soldier piece, because remember how he wore that suit briefly in Winter Soldier as well?
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
It was right at the end or something. Remember he takes it out of the museum?
I have that one, dude. It's the Golden Age cap. That's the one I have right there.
Let me see.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, see, I think they're basically just taking that same figure because it's already updated to maybe like
That's some
3 years
advertisement
ago.
there. There's Drax that they finally showed. I'm not gonna get him, but he does look cool. Oh my god, dude, what is going on with these? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm like,
Ads everywhere.
so yo, what about this War Machine, Neon Tech suit?
I would have bought the Iron Man Neon Tech, but it's sold out like immediately. But you know, it's they're varianting just for the money, man. You have a figure you've already made, just paint them differently, resell it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hopefully
this is the
that
first
gives them
time.
the chance to make other ones, though. You know,
Yeah,
that thing's sick.
this is the first look that we got at the War Machine Punisher, or the Punisher War Machine suit.
I dig him. I like the Punisher. He was one of the few Marvel characters I really liked growing up.
Yeah, me too. For sure.
I would
I
go
think,
to the comic store and try to pick up war journals and War Zone, you know, trying to get up all the war journals.
And one of those first movies, I don't remember what it is, the Punisher movie where he fights that Russian guy, that giant. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I'll never forget that shit. It's a crazy fight.
I remember that.
John Travolta?
Yeah.
I think it was it that one or the one?
Because
Yeah.
the very first one was Dolph Lundgren, and then we had that John Travolta one that.
Yeah, it's the very first one, I think.
You ever see that YouTube video, Dirty Laundry?
No.
There's this director where he takes basically lovable things like that we all loved. Like he did a Power Ranger one, but he did this one called Dirty Laundry where that same actor from that first Punisher movie, I'd have to see his name, but he's basically in the laundromat watching this like gang member pick on these two girls, and he just keeps watching it. And he's the guy he's in the liquor store next to it, and the dude's like telling him like, he's telling him some old story. He basically buys a bottle of Jack, walks out and beats the guy almost to death, and then pours it all over him and gives the girl the lighter.
Damn.
It was a nice little wave to the fans.
That's a Punisher thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this thing, you think this will get released?
No.
We'll see.
No way. I don't think so.
Never? Really?
It might.
Dude, that thing is just it looks like a statue. How does that thing even move?
Not well. Most Hot Toys don't move that well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a lot of people having a need for this. You know, like it's cool. It's something that a lot of people would like, but I don't know if they would actually spend the money because it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, like 3 something.
Yeah, I don't really know. I would think maybe even a little bit more, like just because.
Yeah, I picture that Iron Patriot. If he's die cast, he's going to be easily almost $500. But if he's not, I think he'll be $4 something.
I feel like this thing's almost just a flex. Like, check
Like,
this shit out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But I mean, nonetheless, if he comes out, man, it'll definitely be dope.
You think you would jump on that like right away, or?
Probably not. Not right away. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. What is this phone actually next to the picture right here? Oh, he's got a phone. Okay, urgent call. So that must be from the game. That's from the same game that the War Machine suit's from. So we have a couple of droids here as well. Honestly, I'm not interested in droids. I don't buy Hot Toys for droids, but I mean, maybe some people are. I personally am not. This Luke Skywalker Bespin.
Yeah.
See,
what is going
he
on?
a rehash, man? I actually own the original one. It was the very first Star Wars toy they ever made. It came with 2 Luke Skywalkers, and one's all damaged up, like ripped up shirt, and he hangs on that little antenna that he was upside down on when the Falcon comes and picks him up. And then it came with a clean version. So
Well, dude, that's a DX.
He's a re-release.
That's a
Yeah,
DX. What do you have?
they're gonna do something
Yeah.
to protect those people that have, I think I've noticed just from the little time I've been doing this, they kind of try to help out, like from a collector's perspective.
I think they like to devalue the secondhand market is what they like to do.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely I will get this because I have the Empire Strikes Vader, and I mean it's the Luke that is most memorable to me, to my heart, as being a kid. So this is starting to hiccup on me. I'm gonna try to breeze through these. This is the Wicket right here. Dude, he definitely looks amazing.
That was so sick. He better come with a freaking cookie, dude, or some bread, whatever she feeds him.
Yeah, he's definitely awesome looking. We have the deluxe version of the Return of the Jedi Luke right here. They made a couple different versions of him. We got a better look at.
They
Go ahead.
Darth Mauled him too. The minute everyone got their original same accessories, but more,
You cut out for a second. I think we all did. Re-say that.
Oh, I was just saying that Luke Skywalker, they did the exact same with Darth Maul. Once they released him actually in hand and everyone got him, they announced the deluxe one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's becoming a habit of theirs. Dude, there's so much Star Wars coming out, and I love Star Wars, okay? It's dear to my heart, but I can't afford it, dude. I just can't.
I had that Yoda on pre-order, man, and I ended up canceling it. That was my first canceled pre-order.
I like the Qui-Gon Jinn, though. I think if you're buying Darth Maul, you got to get Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Dude, he looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gives me hope for a freaking Ra's al Ghul figure from Batman Begins, dude. That would be.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I agree.
All right, here's a lot of people. I'll admit, dude, I didn't know who this guy was, but
Kid Fister, right?
dude, he looks pretty fucking mean. Like, this is probably one Jedi that I wouldn't fuck with. I mean,
dude, yeah, he's scary.
I dig it, man. I like that they're doing the Jedis. I bet you now. I don't know, but what if they end up re-releasing all these Jedis that come with a chair, and you could set them in a circle for the Jedi Council?
What's the guy with the giant forehead or the giant head?
Oh shit!
Oh, that was my favorite, bro.
Dude, me too. I don't know why I liked that one so much, but he was a badass. So he didn't. I don't think he even said a damn word, but I was just like, that guy right there.
I don't remember his name.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, it was Kai Adi Mundi.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
He's a Syrian, hair color white, which is his beard. And yeah. Okay, so it looks like that's my dog back here fucking growling it. Yeah, that guy was crazy. So yeah, this definitely looks cool. I'd like to see it in hand. Because I'm sure they'll make it. All right, man, here we go. So right from this base, okay, this is how I know that this figure has been in the works for a few years here. You have a base that came with the original DX figures, okay?
Yep.
The same base that they did for the 89 Batman and Joker. They did this for Heath Ledger.
Batman.
Right. They did this for the DX12 Batman with steps and snow on it. So is there a whole line? And are we going to get a Batman? Is this thing actually going to come out? I mean, what do you think?
He does. Out of everyone I've talked to, this figure made bigger waves than any of their other ones from the circles I run in. Like, everyone wants this Robin.
Okay.
Dude,
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen other pictures. This one looks good. I like it.
It does. It does look good. And what I'll say is in the other pictures, the suit seemed to look flat almost like it was like a matte finish, and this looks like it looks closer, okay, to
Yeah.
the suit in the movie.
The logo on the chest looks fucking sick.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, with the not coming out thing, you know, there has been like a trend though with DC lately. Remember they did the George Romero Joker, never came out. They
Yeah.
did Sdcc, but they also had a TV version, never came out.
You think they'll make
Yeah.
one for this new Joker movie coming out with?
I guarantee it almost.
Yeah.
I would think so, just because the look of him is already like, you know, it's basically Heath Ledger, but just different. And the Heath Ledger sells every time you make one. Like, even the re-release bank robbery Heath Ledger sold out.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be an easy one for them to make, I think.
Facts. All right, you got Flash from the TV show, man. What do you guys think?
Man, I watched this show because I've always loved the Flash. He's like one of my favorite DC characters, and I watched the first season, and I thought it was good, and I was like, this show's pretty good. And then the second season was just, I like the villain. The villain was cool, but just I think after that it went downhill, and I didn't watch it anymore. But I wouldn't get it for that reason. But I think it looks nice.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I think there's a demand for it, so that's why they're making it.
It looks a lot. I like that one better than the Ezra Miller one. That one looks good.
See, I haven't bought Ezra or Aquaman yet. I want them, and I think they turned out really well. But it's like, unless we're gonna get the whole team, I don't know how much I want all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely want Batman and Superman, and I bought Wonder Woman, but we'll see.
That Harvey Dent up there, though, bro.
Oh my god, dude, I know. So we have Aquaman, we have Batgirl, which we saw. We've seen Joker. Look at this guy, dude. He looks so good.
Yeah.
That thing
I missed out on the first Hellboy, but I won't miss out on this one.
I think regardless of how the movie turned out, I love that actor from Stranger Things that played him. I can't think of his name. And
those horns. Oh my god.
Dude,
that thing is menacing. Jesus.
He really does look good, man. I'm not a fan of that gun, bro. I mean,
no. I feel like it should be bigger.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, even the sword a little bit, and then the hand. I don't know, but I think overall, I think he looks pretty good, and I like the flame effects for the base somewhat. I mean,
I think he's killer, man. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I think he looks killer.
Oh no, I agree with you. I do too. You know, I'm just, forgive me, I nitpick, bro.
The detail, bro. I bet that
I
belt.
hear you, man.
Oh, that thing is detailed.
Okay. Here we go, dude. I mean, look now. Let me just say something real quick, okay? Mezco, take notes. NECA, take notes. And no, I'm sorry. NECA's doing an amazing job, but this is Pennywise, okay? Even the Prime One man is so amazing, but I mean, dude, his left hand looks amazing. The severed arm looks amazing. That look, I mean, and I know when you get this in hand, you're going to have those Hot Toys eyes that just look so fucking realistic, and you're going to have the gloss varnish all over his mouth where it looks like drool is about to come down his lip. I mean, they really did an amazing job with this figure.
Dan, can you zoom in on the face a little bit?
I think so. Let me see.
A little bit
There
closer.
you go.
God, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
I think one of the best things Hot Toys does is the eyes, and the eyes on that thing are just gonna look right into your damn soul.
I'm all for him, man. I'll pre-order him.
Dude, the teeth look amazing. I sure hope that this comes out, dude. And I feel like they got the hair right. You know, I'm not a fan of sculpted hair when it comes to unique characters like Heath Ledger Joker, Pennywise. I guess
The way
yeah,
that hair flows and shit, there's no way they'd be
it
able to
just
do that.
yeah, it looks like the Prime One, man. That it's just absolutely perfect. Um, and then is that really it? Oh my god! And then we have
You've
Alita.
seen
That
you've seen the other 3 heads that you can buy for like $900, right? For Prime One.
for
They
what
have
for
their
what?
base. It will come with his head and another head, but then they
Oh,
real huge. But he even comes, so you'll have a total of like 5 different heads for that statue.
okay. Yeah, you cut out there for a second, but that's dope, dude. I didn't see that. I only saw the main one with the balloon or whatever.
Oh yeah, look up the head pack, man. There's 3 extra heads you can get for him. They're wild.
Okay. Um.
I feel like San Diego Comic-Con is kind of like dipped over time. I feel like every year I get a little less like excited about it. I think like Wonderfest is the one that's like taken over all these Asian ones where they put out all their big statues and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think over here San Diego's big, and then New York is kind of like a rehash of San Diego. But afterward, we start seeing all the big things from overseas.
Yeah, I want to see this statue because I don't think I've seen this yet.
How come I can't get that bigger?
Dude, how could you have that in your house? I would damn near pass out.
Oh my god.
I've gotten used to horror, man. Karen loves horror. We're actually going to order one of those Conjuring dolls.
Oh my god. There he is right there.
Man.
Dude, and then the rooted hair looks amazing, dude.
I was gonna say.
I saw somebody talking about this, so I want to go over Mezco real quick. I don't know if you guys collect Mezco, but there is a couple here that I wanted to talk about. And okay, so everybody saw that they did Commissioner Gordon. They got the 89 Batman. Dude, look at this.
They did 89 Batman?
Yeah, they're doing him. He's
it's
actually
not
right
the
here.
Super deformed one, right?
Well, I don't know what you consider deformed, but
well, you know the ones where they make him like look weird, where they made him all short with his big lips and everything. They're like,
oh no, right? Yeah, the MDS figures or whatever. Yeah, no. So this is super small. But here's what I'll say. I don't think that I'll get that. I'll probably hold out for the Hot Toys one whenever I eventually decide to pick that up. But they came out with this, okay? And I'm trying to click on this. It looks like it's going to take me to the Foosh. The Foosh, shout out to the Foosh, by the way. He's an awesome YouTuber that I watch. Okay, so yeah, we'll use his feed here. Shout out to him. Dude, so yeah, Bluto from Popeye, man. Like, this is really fucking cool, man. I'm actually excited about this.
That is cool. I like that.
I think Mezco's killing it, man. They're affordable. They're super posable. They're playable. Everything about them is good.
Absolutely.
I like it.
So then we have a close-up on him right here, it looks like. So that looks, I mean, the detail on the teeth and everything, and you know that hat's going to be magnetically connected, hopefully, like the Popeye figure is. Do either of you, or I know you don't, Dustin, but Jesse, do you have the Popeye figure?
No, I wasn't really picking up Mezco at the time. Is that a Conan?
Right on. Yeah. Yep. So
Mezco's
they announced a Conan. Yep.
Oh man,
there
I
he
would
is.
buy that in a heartbeat.
That Gambit looks.
Yeah. Well, this Conan, I think that it was teased before. I could be wrong, but it really does look good, and I mean, you know that they had to do a whole new, because that's not just any regular. That's a sculpted body, you know.
Yeah,
So
it's his own body.
right, looks good. This Gambit have to get. You know,
That's bad.
Now the problem that I have with Mezco is that they do all these releases that are super weird. So like, if this goes out to regular retailers and you can pick it up, fine, I'll pick it up. But if it's one of those where it is so hard to get a figure on Mezco's site for me, and they sell out instantly, almost like Funko Pops, dude.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, and you have to put down a deposit. It's not 10%. It's whatever they. I think it's usually like if it's $100 figure, you got to put down 30 or $35, and then if it's over that, you got to put maybe a little more down. I'm not really sure, but this does really look good.
You know
Then
what
they
I was
showed-
shocked? They did their Dark Side, and he's like, isn't he made out of polystone?
Yep, I have it.
Yeah, he was like $180, and he's polystone.
He's badass, bro.
I fully
like
believe
mine. They made John Wick. Now, I pre-ordered this because he comes with the dog. Okay, he was $120. The tailoring has gotten better from what it was a year or so ago, but I just figured I'd show that. Now, it's not up here, but they're making a Thanos. Let me see if I can show you. They're making a Thanos, and maybe they revealed it today. I don't know. But it was like turned backwards behind the display, and they were clearly trying to hide it. And there's no photos up here, really? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Damn, really? There's a bunch of photos on this group that I'm a part of, but I don't want to expose people's information if I go on Facebook. I don't know. What do you guys collect? Any NECA?
I don't. I looked at that neck. They just came out with that when I was watching all the reviews for that 1/4 Batman, and I saw that NECA one. It looks pretty good. I just am not a fan of the joints, all the showing of the joints and whatnot.
Right. Well, they announced these a while ago, and you could only order this online. It was a pain in the ass to get. I didn't get it, but it was an Sdcc exclusive, and this is the 90s 7-inch figure scale to go with your turtles that were exclusive to GameStop that came in the 2018 Sdcc pack. This is Shredder, the 2-foot soldiers, and then Splinter. Super cool, super detailed. You know, NECA really, when they take their time with something, they really do a good job. And I can say that I've seen the quarter scale turtles in person and the 7-inch ones, and they're identical. I mean, it's like they shrunk it. There's really no change in detail or anything. So this is really cool. But they announced a bunch of stuff for the Turtles line. Right here we have a Casey Jones.
Oh.
And now these are going to be exclusive to Target. So they announced that, and then they announced an April O'Neil, which is right next to her. So yeah, I'm going to switch back to my camera here.
Dude, I'm all for those Batman and Turtles figures. I think those ones are dope.
I like them too, dude. I really do.
The movie was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that movie, man. That movie is a classic. I love it.
Right when we started to watch it, I told my girls, like, oh, this is kind of like for kids. And then that dude gets his head cut off. I was like, oh, maybe it's not.
Yeah. That happens like right away, dude.
I love the animated universe, man, that DC's putting up there. With such good movies.
Didn't they just announce? What did they announce today? Didn't they announce a Superman?
I think they're supposed to do Red Sun. And
yeah, that'll be sweet, dude. They make good movies.
They do.
Flashpoint.
All right, guys. You guys have anything else for? Oh, you know what? I completely forgot.
You know, Jay Olivia actually directs a lot of those DC animated movies. He worked with Snyder for BVS and Man of Steel and Justice League.
Did he?
I love Jay Olivia. He's badass.
And who exactly is he though?
He's a director for a lot of the animated movies. So a lot of those animated movies you really like, he's the one who like directed them.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the leading guys out there who still is believing in release the Snyder Cut.
Dude, they need to release that fucking Snyder Cut, dude.
I agree, man. I love Zack Snyder. I like everything he's done.
I do too. I'm sorry. You know, some of his stuff, yeah, okay, it might be a little sketchy, but I mean, for the most part, dude. All right, I'm trying really hard not to expose.
I'm not even like the biggest Superman fan. He's a real, after almost everyone in the Batman universe, but I still think Man of Steel is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
I really like that one too.
Yeah, it's so good.
The fighting in that movie.
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, dude, Dragon Ball Z should take notes and Dragon Ball Evolution, man. God damn it.
Oh, I know.
Rest
that Brawley movie, though. That Brawley movie was really good.
Yeah.
It was nothing like their old movies. It was actually like a well put together movie. It had a real story to it. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big DBZ guy, so.
Yeah, love it, man. I haven't watched a lot of Super.
No,
because
I haven't either.
Beginning. I need to, though.
Yeah.
Do
you like GT, Jesse?
Yeah, I like it, but I like Z more. But I love Vegeta, so I love when him and Baby, and then I love Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah,
I think Super Saiyan 4 is the best looking Super Saiyan of all.
Me too, man. I love that shit design.
Yeah.
It's
great. Absolutely.
The red and the yellow, it's great.
See, I was upset that Dragon Ball Super redid the movie Battle of the Gods like for their first season. Like I was like, what is this?
Yeah. I need to watch Super. I've heard it's good. I heard that Tournament of Power is that arc is fucking sick.
So. Oh yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to show Sideshow's reveals because they revealed some statues as well, which one that I want is the Renew Your Vows, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it here. I think it's amazing and I really want it. Other people probably don't, but hey, it's all good.
I guarantee you it sells well, man, because everyone wants those early J. Scott Campbell ones where the Mary Jane with her pulling the suit over her back. That one's sold out, long gone. The Black Cat, you can still find it. I think it's actually cheap on Big Bad Toy Store, but you've seen his Twisted Fairy Tale type things. I believe it's just fairy tales, but the Mermaid and Tinkerbell and
I saw those.
And Alice. Alice is the one we can't wait for, man.
Okay,
here's Scott Campbell's art is beautiful.
It really is, man. And the art print went up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the art print for this. And then the ones that the one where you can get it without the frame and everything, it sold out, gone.
Oh, you know what? You like any of those the like female superheroes that Sideshow does the art prints? You know?
Yeah.
They're hold on, let me show you something.
Yeah, I saw those. How they do those limited piece art. Those art prints are pretty cool.
So I got this buddy named Neek on Facebook. So Stanley Lau is the artist who does a lot of those things. So an art print
I saw that.
is like $80. This is his portfolio. This is basically all art prints. It was $17.99 for this book.
Oh wow.
Dude, I saw that at Second and Charles for like $30. And that's amazing.
Jump on Amazon, man. $17.99. You could pill them right out of the book too and
That's
frame them.
cool.
I mean, these are literally all of the sideshow pieces that he did for him, that they base their statues off of. Look at
Oh,
this
that
background.
was sick.
Wow. And you can frame those?
Yeah, of course. Let me show you. I mean, you have to recognize that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they just did that.
Yeah, not too long ago. And look, this is the one on Sideshow right now. It's a variant cover to Catwoman.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
But yeah, I mean, you could pay $90 for the art print from them, or just buy this and frame them yourself.
What?
The minute I seen that they started doing art prints of like Beyonce and like other people, I was like, oh my god, like this is where Sideshow's headed.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that, dude. Like,
No, not at all.
come on, bro. And then they did somebody else too, and it was just like, come on, really? This is the maquette, dude, and it's just so beautiful, man. I looked to see how much the comic was going for. I can only find 3 of them on eBay, and they're all 300 and above. So I probably never get it, but this is fantastic. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
I love it, and
check out
I don't know.
Scott Campbell's website, man. All these covers he does, he sells them. He sells them signed, and he also sells them graded, and they're really not that bad. It'll be like $100 from him to where it hits the market, and it's way more expensive later.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay, I'll do that.
I got the Batman, the issue 50. I got his set where it's like 5 books that all go together.
He did another one. Oh, dude. Is that him? I don't know. I think he did a Walking Dead cover, and I got it. I'm not sure if it is. I think it might be. I'll have to check, but
if it's sexy, it's him.
Well, I think it is, dude. Honestly, I think it might be. Here, I'll pan over to this, and then I'll go look for a second. But we have the It trailer moving forward into other news here. What do you guys think about It Chapter 2, man?
All for it, man. All for
Absolutely.
it.
Are
It makes me wonder how they're going to end it, though, man. Because I don't know if you guys have read the book, but the book has like a really weird, crazy ending.
Well, basically like that monster, right?
Yeah, it turns out to be a giant spider, but they do this whole thing where mentally, what's the main kid's name? Bill? Like mentally, Bill bites the spider's tongue. And they have this weird like tug of war thing. It was like, who was the little fat kid? His name was.
I can't think of me. Just kidding.
Huh?
I said me.
Well, he finds this thing in the library where it talks about this old Native American thing where like a battle of will or something where you'd bite each other's tongue. And I don't know. It was weird, but I don't know if you've read the book, but the book is out there.
I read it a long time ago in school, but here's what I think. I think that they learned from the previous movie not to make it a big 8-legged freak. But who knows?
I think they have to, man. I almost think they have to.
You think they will?
I think they will. I think it'll be something like that.
I don't know, man. I mean,
they even added the deadlights in there, when they're looking down his throat.
Yeah, but I think that they did it better in this movie than the first one. Of course, it's 20 years or whatever,
Yeah. I don't quite remember the old movie. I know I seen it a long, long time ago, but I don't quite remember it.
All right, well, real quick, this is J. Scott Campbell, and this is the cover. It was a issue 19 variant that they did for blind bags for Walking Dead. So basically, they came out with like 20 blind bags, 20 or 30 blind bags, and one of them was issue 19, and it's Michonne with her 2 walkers. And it's J. Scott Campbell. He has it, or Campbell autographed right here. So pretty dope.
Yeah, I love his work, man. I like everything he does.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, I, from the trailer and everything, I would show it, but I'd get copyrighted. So I think it's amazing, man. Or you know what? I'm not even making money at this, but I mean, who cares? I could show it, man. I could show something. I think he looks dope. I'm definitely excited to see it. I hope that I don't know, man. I just want to see more Pennywise this time. You know what I mean? I want to see more of his shape shifting. I want to see I really want to see him like go nuts. You know what I mean? If you hear in the trailer where he's like, I've been waiting for like 20 years. I've been dreaming of your flesh. You know what I mean? Like, I've missed you. Like, dude, it's just super creepy. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, let's get it. Like, I'm excited to see it.
So I think they will do. I think they'll hold up to the book pretty well. I don't know if you remember the first trailer they showed, but the little girl, like when she's grown up and she's at that old woman's house, that was straight out of the book.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The book had a lot more in it where like the kids would see it with the fears that they feared most, like the little kid, who was the one who's all germophobic? What's his name? Eddie?
Richie.
No, Richie's the one with the glasses who's he's like the jokester. But I think it's Eddie, the little kid who broke his arm. I think his name's Eddie Kasprak. But he sees like the leper thing from the first one, you know?
Yeah.
And each one had like Richie saw a werewolf that tried to attack him. So he had tons of different like shape-shifting creatures that he was in the book.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, man. I think that it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And it's supposed to come out. When is it supposed to come out? I don't know.
I don't know. Sometime this year, I thought.
Oh yeah, it's this year for sure. Okay. Other news this isn't technically SDCC, but I mean, yeah, whatever. Halloween is guaranteed for 2 more movies in 2020. We have Halloween 2. Well, it's not called that. It's Halloween Kills, and then in 2021 we have Halloween Ends. So have you guys seen the Halloween the one that just came out?
I have not.
I
want to, but I haven't.
Guys, what are you doing, man?
I still remember the first one really well though. I didn't watch a lot of the sequels that came after that first one.
You don't have to. This one picks up right after. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, but it's a direct sequel to yes. And how they did it was amazing. Obviously, there's flaws. You know, there's going to be flaws whenever you try to do something like that, but they really did a really good job. And I am so excited for these 2 movies. Let me just say, I've been a Michael Myers fan for some time now. I've spent a ton of money on making a 1/6 scale Michael Myers, getting a head sculpt from one's custom, getting Yunsel coveralls, you name it. Like putting this thing together, it's been expensive, and I have the NECA Michael Myers. I did a repaint and a hair root on the NECA Michael Myers. I love it. So I'm very excited for this movie, man. And I hope that we can maybe get some photos, because how it ended, I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but how it ended, I'll just say this. I think the mask might be one with his face. So I'll leave it to that. And
like he melts it on.
Well, you gotta watch. You gotta watch,
right,
man. You gotta go out and see it.
So you think
some company basically re-released that old James Kirk mask, the original one that they cut the eyes open a little more?
Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios. They actually came out with a 78 mask. Then they did they actually did the Captain Kirk mask. So you can buy that mask, you can cut the holes out yourself and rip the sideburns off. Like they literally released just that the Kirk mask.
Yeah, it's awesome. I almost bought it when I seen it, but we like Trick or Treat Studios, but their Chucky that they did, man, they really changed him from prototype to final. That was a bummer.
Dude, did you see the NECA one?
Oh, yeah, we pre-ordered it. The Bride of Chucky and the Tiffany.
The new one that they just showed.
Yeah, the $400 and something one each.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks perfect.
Dude, fully articulated.
Yeah.
Like, if NECA got their shit together, and I mean that in the nicest.
Goddamn Chucky in my house. There's no way.
Hold on.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't get it, but I think NECA could do 1/6
Oh
scale.
shit!
Oh wow!
It's the good guy though.
Yo, where's that from?
This was Trick or Treat Studios.
I don't know, man. That looks pretty fucking real.
Well, they changed his like glossy face. They made him like a lot. I don't know how to explain it, but when you see it in person, there's a lot they changed from the original like promos to this one. It's a perfect size though. I mean, he's well made.
Yeah, that thing is life size.
I believe NECA. So I've heard this, but NECA, correct me if I'm wrong, they were basically the remnants from McFarlane Studios, right? When McFarlane had to fire all of his sculptors and everything, they basically started up their own thing a couple of years later, and it became NECA.
Is that true?
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. A lot of the old, because remember McFarlane was hitting in the 90s. He was the biggest toy company out there. And they had the best stuff, and then they eventually fired all their sculptors and went more digital and went downhill, you know, with their Halo toys was like a revamp. But they like, what do they do now? They even do like weird little Lego toys every once in a while.
Well, now they have McFarlane really came back with their Fortnite line. Like their Fortnite figures, people are loving them because they're fully articulated, and people are saying that they're really close to like Hasbro. So they did that, and then they did stuff with Game of Thrones. They made the Game of Thrones figure.
Yeah. I've seen those. They kind of remind me of his old Dragon series. Remember those?
Yeah. Yep.
So I know that they're gonna do DC figures soon too, which is a shocker.
Yeah, they got the license, and I was hoping to see something, but I didn't see anything from Comic-Con.
Yeah, he was there. He was promoting his DC Collectibles number 100 Batman. Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
The classic Batman cover where he's got the cape all.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, they don't really display it, but number 99 is badass. You see him? Where he's like jumping and shooting his grapple gun?
No.
It's such a good one.
I have this though, and I will try to show you. I want to know what you think about this, Jesse. This is really cool. I meant to show it earlier. Now I lost my. Oh, here it is. Check this thing out, dude. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No, only season 1, and then I never had HBO, so I fell behind. Oh yeah, this is Blitzway and Prime 1 teamed up together.
Dude, this thing looks so good.
I agree, man, but there's people giving it flack about her head sculpt. There's like people hating on it.
Yeah, whatever, dude. She's
Can you go to the head again?
It's right there. There's a video, so.
Oh yeah, dude, that looks off to me.
See, that's what a lot of people are saying, but I thought dead on, face on, she looked perfect.
Yeah, it's just probably you could probably just got to get a solid picture of it, but.
You know,
I mean, maybe it's not perfect. It's not, but I mean, come on, bro. I mean that is a work of art. You got to take the whole thing into consideration here.
That
like,
seems
I don't know
badass.
if you follow on Instagram, but there's a woman named Kay Kim or Kim.
Oh yeah, yep.
She sculpted the majority of some of the best Hot Toy figures we've ever had. She hand sculpted it. She's the one who did that one.
Yeah, this Game of Thrones one of Daenerys.
Yeah, I believe she hand sculpted Gordon from Dark Knight Rises. She did multiple Batmans. She's done, like, she has a picture where it has all of the toys she's done. And, I mean, you own the majority of them. You know what I mean?
And she's also doing Prime 1's 1/3 scale Heath Ledger Joker. It's a collaboration between Blitzway and Prime 1.
I'm on board then. I mean, I was on board already. Right now it's weird, man. Sideshow dropped a Joker sitting on the bench, but
Trash.
Queen Studios has been doing the same thing. They're gonna have a 1/3 Joker sitting in the jail cell too.
Is there pictures of Queen Studios?
There's like teasers where they're painting his head, and it is perfect. And they
Jesse,
show
do you like the face on that Sideshow one?
No,
No.
I've learned to stay away from Sideshow for the most part.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
All right, so wow, dude, that is good. That's okay. Let me see if I can't show this to everybody here.
The Queen.
Yeah. But I want to make sure, dude. You know what? I think when I was showing, yeah, right there.
And this one will be like the same type of thing with him sitting on that in the prison cell. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the exact same thing.
Yeah, that looks better already.
That sculpt is amazing. Now, what is this? That's not it. Is it or what?
That was Bobby C. You remember, or maybe not.
Dude, this is like those life-size busts that they're doing, like the Queen Studio Wonder Woman one.
So which Wonder Woman are you talking about? The one with her arms like this, or the one with her arms spread out?
That's the one I've seen.
The spread out one.
A lot of people have mistaken it. That's actually Infinity Studios. They're doing Superman and Batman, but I hear they're medical grade silicone, and people are worried that, you know, in 20 years your statue might deteriorate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for $3,000 or whatever, that's an issue.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Dude, can I get like a clear picture on this?
Everything else I feel like looks just freaking awesome, but if he looks like he got hit by a bus.
Dude, it's bad. I mean,
yeah.
And I wish like people would be honest. Like I see, and I don't want to be mean, and there's a lot of respectable YouTubers that are talking about this thing that are like, I'm very excited for it. Come on, man, be honest. That looks like shit. I mean, the sculpt looks bad. It's a bad sculpt. And now this is something that I would expect you're gonna pay. I don't know, $100, $200. This is not.
I think he's $650, if I'm right. I think his info's already come out.
Listen, there's not a chance in hell. Not for me.
Oh, no. See, Sideshow fanboys are a lot like Marvel fanboys, man. They won't admit when something is wrong. Like,
they're probably just so deep, man, you know, that they want everything to be great. So just even say it's great when it's not.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of it. So, you know, it is what I mean, you know, you're not going to like everything, and that's okay. So, so we have a couple other things here, guys. They released a Cats trailer. Me and Jesse were talking about this before the stream.
Is this something that was like made? I have no idea what the hell that even is. I watched that trailer and I was super confused.
It's either a movie or it's from a play or both. Okay. And yeah, I'm not with it. I'm sure some people are. I'm sure they're hype as hell about it, and there's going to be all type of merchandise. I saw somebody, as soon as it came out, shared a picture or the trailer to 1/6 Republic and said, Hot Toys, you gotta make this. And I was like, no, you don't. You do not have to make that. Stop.
It looks like a musical. Is it a musical? It looks.
See, that's what I remember. It was a play and then an 80s movie. I swear it was called Cats back in the day.
Yeah. I think it still is a play, you know?
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know.
I think right now where we're at in the world with all this weird political drama going on with, like, you've heard of Gamergate and Comicsgate and all that?
Yeah.
Where they're trying to force diversity into everything. I think our movies are suffering right now, man. I think
Yeah.
there hasn't been a good movie to come out for a while. It's like we're in this weird time where it's like, I don't know, man. I think Hollywood's got to start learning, like, you go woke, you go broke.
Yep.
Like,
They'll learn.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't learn because they just keep doing stupid shit. It's just
I agree. It's
one
but
thing
it's,
after the other, you know?
it makes you not excited for anything. Like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you, I'll go see Top Gun 2 whenever that is, but I don't know another movie I'm like pumped for.
Yeah.
Well, it and Halloween are
Yeah.
mine. But
The
I know
Lion
for
King,
notice
the
there's-
Lion King, bro.
I know for a fact they're not gonna make Michael Myers a woman or say that he's
Dude, that's
you
what
never
everyone
know.
thought about James Bond, but you see what happened with 007?
what?
Yeah, that's
The
just
black woman.
out of left field, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
People are all like, you know, they're saying they're not replacing James Bond. She's just the new 007. But it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's
Did you read what the line was? They said James Bond has to learn how to live in a Me Too world. Like,
oh no.
who wants to go see that?
yeah, I don't. What about the Little Mermaid? They cast a African American woman, and people are going nuts about it, and so people are mad. Like, well, you don't want diversity or whatever, but it's like I don't think it's that. I think it's that. Listen, she was a Caucasian woman in the movie, or I'm sorry, yeah, in the original movie. Why do we have to keep changing things? And I don't want to dive too deep into this because it's very controversial, but I just
Yeah.
think that we got to stop canceling everybody that objects to these castings, if you will, because listen, in the movies, she, like I said, she was a Caucasian female, so it's gonna throw people off when all of a sudden you're changing stuff. And one person, a show that I listened to, the Toy Thug Show, he said it's kind of like whenever they cast a white dude to play in anime movies. It makes him mad because the original character in the TV show, the comic, whatever, it's a Japanese dude. So you're taking away from a Japanese actor by casting
You know
somebody
what,
that's
though?
white.
I would almost say if you look at a lot of anime dudes look like they're supposed to be Americans anyway. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Like everyone freaked out at Scarlett Johansson for being in Ghost in the Shell. You know, the creator of Ghost in the Shell was on set with them, and he loved it. Like,
and Death Note, like when they made the Netflix series, it wasn't very good, but I just can't see Light being like an Asian kid. He looks like a white guy. I don't know.
I feel like actors should be able to play whatever part, but I don't think we should change up things that are set in stone. Like, if you want to create a character that's like gay or anything else, like make a new character that is that. Don't change something that exists. Like, that's the only problem.
I was thinking about this, and you were just saying it's the time that we're in. I don't know how I thought of it, but like in Daredevil, when they made with Ben Affleck and when they made Kingpin black, did people give a shit about that? Or
no one cared because it wasn't forced.
Yeah,
you know
it's just the time. It's the time we're living in. You can tell they're just forcing this crap on us to just try to make a message or whatever, and it's not working for them. And they're like you're gonna say, they're gonna find out soon enough when they're losing a shitload of money. They're making the wrong decisions.
Tim Miller came out. So when I saw Deadpool and Tim Miller kept making all the X-Men jokes in it, it started to like bother me. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like not surprised when I saw the Terminator movie where he's already saying like it's the fans' fault that this movie is this and that. You know how they're doing the 3 female Terminator, like Sarah Connor, and then there's a woman in the John Connor spot, and it's like people are already rejecting it because it's part of the times, man. They're forcing all this on us and then blaming us for it not working.
Right.
Yeah, I watched Deadpool 2 again for the second time, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, how did I not hear all this the first time? There's so many.
Because it wasn't on the forefront of your mind. You know?
There's so many messages in that movie. It's like I almost shut it off. I was like, holy shit, they're really forcing this on you.
Well, and the reason that really pops up now, you heard one of the executives at Marvel in Disney, they were asked in an interview, they said, well, now with X-Men, and then she just stared at the guy and said, I don't really like that term, X-Men.
Oh my God, no.
It's, what are you gonna do? You're gonna change it to X people? Like,
Yeah, that now see that's ridiculous, man, and it is very forced. Like, you heard about, actually Dustin brought this to my attention, then I looked it up. They're making Black Mask. Well, this is
yeah,
they're making Black Mask gay, and the reason for Birds of Prey is that he's in love with Zaz, the
Yeah.
dude that chops people up and then
puts the
cuts
numbers on
himself
his
every.
skin.
Yeah, he's in love with him, but it's not going to be told in the movie. But we just want you to know that he's gay and he's looking for a diamond that has, excuse my language, but dick imprints in it, or it has imprints in it of a penis. Why?
What are they thinking, man? What are they thinking?
They're just trying to get virtue points, man.
The
worst part is like, dude, Black Mask had a story, and it was he was married at one. He had a fiance, and she had something happen to her face where she basically was like Vicky Vale in '89, where she wore a face on her face.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you're just throwing away history, man. I'm totally against that Black Mask thing. Like,
it's almost like a slap to the face to like people like you guys like that follow these, like Jesse, his backstory and everything, and they're just taking that shit and just like lighting it on fire. Like,
I agree, man.
It's almost like a slap in the face to the fans that followed this stuff forever.
Absolutely.
If you want to make a gay character, that's totally cool, man. Make an original character that people can relate to, but
they even had a Green Lantern that was gay, but it wasn't Hal Jordan, it wasn't John Stewart, it was a new Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's cool. Like,
yeah, I'm all for that, man. Absolutely. Yeah. But you saw that people are outcrying, saying they want Alfred and Batman to be a woman, or they want Commissioner Gordon to be a woman, and all that type of stuff. Like, that's a terrible idea.
I'll tell you right now, if they do that, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could see it.
I've gotten to the point where I'll stop voting with my money for these movies.
I know it won't make that big of a difference, but I wouldn't see that if they did that to one of those characters, man. No way.
But enough of us is going to get upset where it's like, we're going to stop seeing the movies and it will flop. Look at what they did to everyone with Star Wars Episode 8. They made a terrible movie. And then everyone stopped to go see Star Wars. No one went to go see Solo. No one's going to their new theme park. I know their annual pass holders have been, black dated for the next couple months, but no one's going to these things because everyone feels alienated. I
heard that's not doing too well. I wonder why.
Because, man, Star Wars fatigue. Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy started yelling at their fans, attacking them, saying it's your fault for the movie, this and that. Now no one wants to go see them.
Yeah, I did hear the whole like thing there is kind of based off of the last two movies, so it's not very nostalgic for people that watch the older ones. So a lot of people aren't really into it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Moving forward, guys. Does anybody watch The Walking Dead?
Not since like season 3 or 4.
All right. Well, I'm gonna touch on it real quick. I know Dustin doesn't watch it either, but this just in. So the Walking Dead panel, I'm assuming at Sdcc happened, and it was sad, man. Michonne announced that she's quitting the show. There's a huge speech that she gave, which if you want to watch that, a great channel to watch is Make a Path Presents. Exactly, just type that into YouTube. Make a Path Presents.
What was her reasoning?
Well, the gist of her speech, if you will, was it's not a decision made in her heart. It's just one for her career is basically what I got out of it. So it's like a career move. What I think is that I think it's almost probably what happened with Maggie and or whoever plays her, Cohen, something Cohen, and then Andrew Lincoln is that because Rick's not in the show right now, neither is Maggie. And for the sake of keeping spoilers from Dustin because he's in the middle of reading the comics, I won't say too much. But basically Rick was halted off. Is somebody watching this? I'm hearing back. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, who has the video playing? Nobody?
Nope.
No.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Printer going in the background.
No, every time I talk, it sounds like I'm getting backlash. So Andrew Lincoln was carted off in a helicopter. It's a long story. Listen, I'm sad to hear the news, but then they announced that Rick Grimes is getting his own movies and that these will be only in the movies. So he left the TV show. He was escorted out by a helicopter after blowing up a bridge to save basically a herd of walkers from crossing into their lands. Basically, it was you have to watch it to understand, but they showed a trailer for the movies, and all it is like a little animated helicopter flying towards a city, and then you hear the Walking Dead theme come up, which was kind of cool to see because I miss Rick in the TV show. But
how long has he been out of the show?
He's been for this season. So season 8 aired, and then season 9 he was not in it at all.
That's
but here and you know it sucks because Walking Dead is getting the bad rap, just like DC movies do. You know, you get a handful of people that don't like it or they don't agree with something, and then they go out and they say, "Oh, this is horrible." It's not. I mean, it does suck that Andrew Lincoln's not in it. It sucks that Maggie's character isn't in it. But there's still good things about the show.
They're so important in the comic, those two characters.
Yeah, but you gotta understand is that what works for comics doesn't always work for TVs.
That's true.
But for the most part, Walking Dead has kept very close to the comics. You know, they don't always follow what happens in the comics. Sometimes they've switched many things up, certain deaths, and it's good, man. I really love the TV show. So if you have the chance, listen, I watched the TV show and then I got all the way caught up, and I was working with a kid, Brandon, at the time. And he was like, dude, I read the comics, and if you want to get into the story, you have to read the comics. And almost everybody I tell about it, like Dustin, was like, yeah, maybe eventually I'll get into it. Well, Dustin got into it, and now he's almost done with the whole thing. Mind you, that's 3 compendiums plus. So you're looking at 3 compendiums of content plus like a trade paperback. Dude, the comics are amazing. Which now, if you're a fan and you don't have the money, but you want to read the comics, you can go to readcomicsonline.com. I prefer that you pay the money for these stories to their respective.
I think they're actually up on Comixology too, man. Comixology, you pay $5.99 a month, and you get. It's called Unlimited, and not every book is on there, but you borrow books, and you can. I think I've seen most of The Walking Dead on there.
Well, it's just listen, it's the best story I've ever read. I absolutely love it. So get out there and read it, man. I got ever since it's ended, I've really gotten back into it, and I'm going and I'm picking up every issue that I can, just because the artwork of comics, it's something I love, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. But I just wanted to touch on that because they announced that today, and it's sad, man. You know, it sucks to see that, but I guess we'll see where it goes, and maybe you guys will pick the show up at some point. We could talk about it another time. Hall H today, I don't know if you guys have been watching, but they kind of blew the lid off. Marvel is going nuts. They announced Thor 4, Guardians 3, The Eternals. I believe another one was Spider-Man 3, and the big news here is Blade. They are relaunching Blade.
Yep.
For the Marvel Universe.
Dude, How sweet is that? That no one saw that coming.
Not me.
No.
I didn't see it coming.
Those titles too are Thor's. That title is weird. I have no idea what that
I
means.
seen who was directing it, but I didn't recognize him at all.
Yeah.
I'm behind though. I'm not gonna lie. I never even saw Ragnarok. It just.
I feel that, dude. I understand. It gets, dude. They come out with so much, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not necessarily a fan of all these characters that they're doing.
Yeah, it was more like Ragnarok was such a serious story, and then they turned into like a joke fest. So I never felt like it wasn't on my list to do. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that, man.
See, a lot
I'm
of things, the comics. I love comics, man. I absolutely love them. So even if movies do wrong, at least we still have our comics. You know.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Sorry. No, I keep going. I'm sorry. I was just saying thing. I
no,
agree.
that was it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna speed it along here. I just wanna I wanna make sure that I'm right here. So I have a correct reading here. We have okay, so let's see here. We have Black Widow, looks like it's next. Then Falcon and Winter Soldier after that. Then the Eternals. Then we're getting a movie called Shang-Chi, which I don't know what that is.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, okay. Then we're getting WandaVision. I don't know what WandaVision is. Then we're getting Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Then we're getting a low-key movie, so that's kind of cool. Then we're getting okay. Then we're getting What If, and then Hawkeye, and then Thor 4. So actually no Spider-Man 3, and what was the other one I said? There wasn't. Oh, and then no Guardians 3 from what it looks like. Is this correct? Is this the right reveals here? Is this like Photoshop?
No, that's the one. There was no Guardians and no Spider-Man, but
okay. So listen, I'm not excited about this at all. I mean, I think it's I'll go and watch Black Widow. That's cool. Thor, I'm excited for, but that's coming out in 2021. Doctor Strange is dope to me, but and then Loki, I mean, he's cool, but you're making a whole movie. I don't know, Dustin. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think you got to give them a chance. We don't really know what they're going to do with these shows on that Disney Plus, so we'll just kind of see where they're going with that. But yeah, some of the titles kind of threw me off. I think the one for Doctor Strange is cool. I think they could do tons of stuff with that.
Yeah.
Blade, I'm all in on Blade. I'm really interested to see where they go with these shows on this streaming service. So that Loki one could be interesting with him dipping out in Endgame. Could see kind of where he went off to.
I'm really sad to see no Spider-Man. I mean, what is going on here?
Maybe just because it was, Spider-Man just came out. So, but to know he's not going to be in Phase 4 at all is kind of pretty whack, unless he could show up in another movie somehow.
Well, and then we don't know if this is like the definitive schedule. I mean, we don't know, but all right.
They could always slot one in there,
I don't even see Blade on that screen.
The Eternals, though, man, that could be some good shit.
Yeah.
That's I think that could explain kind of how the mutants are going to kind of come in.
Yeah, for sure. And then they'll probably be a part of Phase 5. So
yeah, they're going to drop some little Easter eggs and hints in there about mutants and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, so for comics this week, yeah, we've been on here for like almost 2.5 hours, 3, so we should probably get going. Batman, I got Batman City of Bane. Dustin, did you read that yet?
I haven't though, but I'm planning on it. I just am so into this Walking Dead right now. I have no time to read anything else.
Jesse, did you read Batman City of Bane?
Yeah, I thought it was good, man. It's weird, but it's good.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I don't know how the villains took over the city. I know you didn't read it, Dustin, but
I have it right here.
To be honest, man, there's a lot of what's happening in Batman right now. Like, even if you had been reading the whole time, you still don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes me feel better because I haven't been reading the whole time.
Because Thomas Wayne kind of really popped up out of nowhere. Because there's this line called The Button. It was probably like number 24, 25-ish, where Flash and Batman actually, it's about the Watchmen button. They find it, but they end up meeting Thomas Wayne in that timeline, and then they come back. So I'm assuming somehow he came back like that. I don't know, but yeah, he's like he was hanging out with Bane for a lot of it, and then it's like a weird story, but I'm digging it absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I have the covers. I have those covers of 20. The ones you're talking about is 21 and 22, dude. And
Yeah.
I have them. And they're like they change whenever you move it. Is it Lecter or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, that Thomas Wayne behind you is so dope. I mean,
Yeah.
I love your collection, man. And that's not even a quarter of what you have.
Yeah.
Like yeah. I haven't really talked about this anywhere, but based on Jason Fabok's Thomas Wayne drawings, I actually hired a buddy of mine to sculpt me a 1/3 scale head of Thomas Wayne, and it's going to be for this statue. I'll eventually make a limited amount of them available, but it's based right out of that button.
Dude,
that thing is sick.
Yeah. Thomas Wayne is almost. I almost like Thomas Wayne more than Bruce, but I just can't.
He's just so he's like ruthless, dude.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I might have to get that.
I even liked what they did in the Flashpoint movie a little more than what they did in the comic when he shot Thrawn right through the head.
Yeah.
You see him through the
Hell yeah.
hole.
That was so dope, dude.
When he gives him that letter at the end, just gets me every time.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Someone did an edit where it's Ben Affleck reading the letter.
Oh,
it was so good, man.
That's cool.
Ben Affleck is the greatest Batman I think we've ever had. I love Bell. I love him. I love Keaton and all them, but I'm all for Ben Affleck.
Dude, he was so good.
Yeah.
Why do people hate him?
I think that's one of the only things people did like about BVS was Ben Affleck, but I think BVS is excellent, man.
Me too. Me too. Facts.
The best design of any Batman ever. You know, when you go back and you look into a lot of the Batman Rebirth, there was a time called the War of Jokes and Riddles where he's basically wearing the BVS suit for most of it.
Really?
Yeah, it is dope.
That's awesome. I gotta look into that. I haven't read a lot of Rebirth, but I'm back into comics now. Jesse,
pick up those deluxe books, man. On Amazon, they're like $22, and it takes you through, I think, like 3 story arcs. The first one does. It takes you through I Am Gotham, I Am Suicide, and I believe right into almost I Am Bane. There's one in there I'm missing, but
I read Monster Men, and then everything you named is right after that. Or Monster
Men was kind of like a weird little like pop in there.
Yeah. And that's where I fell off, man, and I should have kept going, but
yeah, it didn't quite fit in.
Right. Is there any other comics that you got this week that is worth mentioning?
It was Elvira came out. That's one we pick up, and then I really think that was about it. But right now, we're reading Deceased. Damn just ended. We're gearing up for Curse of the White Knight.
Oh yeah. This week, dude.
Huh?
It's this week.
Is it?
Yeah. I am gonna read. I bought White Knight and it still hasn't come in. So if it's not here by Monday, I'm just gonna read it online. It's taken forever to get that book in.
I got mine today, dude.
White Knight is an absolute must. You know, it was drawn and wrote everything by one guy. Sean Murphy.
Oh wow.
And he even gives hints to other movies.
Huh?
He even gives hints to other movies. Like you told me that in one of the covers they have Batman the Animated Series poster.
Oh yeah. He has. It's basically Joker's house or whatever he's in right there. I think it's a jail cell or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he just has all kinds of Batman memorabilia everywhere. It's like he's obsessed with him. Obviously, he is. But
Right.
the story is so good, man. He starts going by Jack Napier. He goes sane, runs for political office, like
Damn.
something you've never seen before, and it was so good.
That's cool.
Well, it's this guy Comic Story, and it's one of his favorite Batman stories that he said that he's ever read. So that's saying a lot because he
Absolutely.
reads a lot of comics, you know.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, I know we've been going for a long time here, so we can start to wrap it up. The only other thing that I wanted to mention really was I got a few pickups this week. Comics wise, I got Batman City of Bane. I got this Captain Marvel comic that people are going ape shit about. It's of her like getting basically like carnageized or whatever. Yeah, that comic book sold out right when comic book stores opened. So I picked it up just for that purpose. I figure if it reaches enough money, maybe I can sell it or trade it up for a Batman comic that I want or a Walking Dead. I've been picking up back issues of The Walking Dead. Today I found issue 100, which is this like chrome cover or whatever. And then I got that Michonne variant for issue 19. And then I got issue 127, which is a first appearance or the first appearance of I can't think of their names, Magna, and then two other people. Then what else, man? Spider-Punk. I had to contact a Hong Kong seller, so I'm working on that. And then I got a notification.
Have you looked into Heroes in Crisis?
What's that?
So it was a 9-part miniseries, I want to say, or maybe 7. I think it's 9. But it's a really good story. It was written by Tom King. It was drawn by a couple artists, but one of the big ones was Clayton Mann. I don't know if you saw that picture of Batman and Catwoman where she has her arm over him, and it's all in the Mask of the Phantasm's blade, like the reflection.
Yeah.
He drew a lot of it, but it's basically like superheroes go through shit. They have PTSD, basically. You know, they see all kinds of, like, they experience trauma. So there's this place out in the middle of nowhere that they call Sanctuary, where it's basically like a rehab for superheroes that are going through, like, you know, mental problems. And it was probably one of the coolest little miniseries lately. I mean, I don't know. It's got Booster Gold, and I love Booster Gold. He's one of the coolest characters.
It's called Heroes in Crisis?
Yeah, Heroes in Crisis.
I actually read that a long time ago, man, because I was trying to get back into DC, and I started with that Infinite Crisis, the whole,
on Infinite
the retcon or whatever, and that story was just massive. Like I read it, and I was like, "What the hell am I reading?" Like there's just so much in there.
Yeah, they usually use one of those types of things to like segue into their next run. You know what I mean? Like something comes along, it's the major event, destroys the timeline, and then books can restart, basically.
Yeah. So I was all writing down, I was going for all those crisis stories and stuff, and I remember reading like most of all of them.
See, this one is it's pretty new. It's relatively new. Let me see if I thought I might have some right by me, because this was Heroes in Crisis. Like, this is one of them, obviously. But it's cool. It's got Harley Quinn, Blue Beetle, Batgirl. They kind of hang out and become this really awkward team. And it's not long at all. This was one of my favorite covers. Like,
okay, that's dope.
Yeah, Harley Quinn with Wonder Woman's lasso.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I don't know. It's so good.
That's
badass. Another one that I would extremely suggest you look into. If you haven't read Metal, you should probably read Metal first. But The Batman Who Laughs has been a really good little miniseries lately, and they're actually gonna use the Batman Who Laughs to start up this new Batman Superman comic. Like it'll take place right after.
I saw that, and I regret not picking up every one of the issues of the Batman Who Laughs because they're still at my comic book store, and so I should do it because they have 1 through 6. It's 1 through 6, right?
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be 7 of them, so we're waiting on the last one right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got to pick those up, man, because Dustin, you know who Batman Who Laughs is, right? The Batman that has the spikes around his head and shit.
Yeah, I've heard. One of my buddies is like super into that character. He's like so intrigued by it.
Well, they did a spin-off of like Batman Grimm, and it's this Batman that has like 50 guns on his back.
Yeah, the Grim Knight. He has a one-off book during the Batman Who Laughs.
I bought that.
So the Dark Multiverse, anything positive that's ever happened, there's a negative reaction, right? So on Infinite Multiverses, there's negative Batmans, basically. There's one that killed Wonder Woman. There's one that gassed himself and turned him into a Doomsday. There's this female one she's like Aquaman. But there's all these different ones. And then the Batman Who Laughs is one that's him and Joker, basically. And then that Batman goes around into different universes and pulls Bruce Wayne's through like a kind of like a wormhole type thing to kill them. But the Grim Knight is one of those Batmans that took control of Gotham with a military style.
That's so dope, dude. That's so cool, man.
He's way cool, man.
You should get those, man.
What?
You should get those that 1 through 6. That sounds like it would be something good to have.
Yeah, I found
how much are they?
Anything, but one of the dopest scenes you'll ever see is James Gordon or Jim Gordon and his son. They're wearing Batman Beyond suits.
Oh.
And it's one of the scenes in the Batman Who Laughs. I think it was like book 5 or 6 recently.
I gotta check that out.
The book so good.
The books are like $3 or $4.99 each. So
if you wait though, they'll have the whole thing hitting trade paperback soon.
Well, I want to get issue 1 because I came across it at Second and Charles, and like an idiot, I left it. But it was $9, and it was issue 1. The black, it was the Batman Who Laughs with black behind him, and it was the variant,
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get this, but then I ended up just putting it back because it was like, it had some imperfections in it. But you know what? I just realized that even if a comic has an imperfection, that doesn't stop it from being a grade 9, which is a whole different conversation. But so I didn't pick it up because it had this little. I'm an idiot. I should have bought it, and then I went back to look for it, and obviously it's gone. So, I'll definitely get into that. That Batman Who Laughs, and then Metal. I have the first few books of it that came out. Because I was reading Rebirth when it first started, and
if you go and check it out, the Batman Who Laughs #1, there's something probably like 20 different variants for it. It was kind of like how issue 50. I don't know if you were paying attention when issue 50 hit, man. I probably spent like $300+ on variant covers because there's so many. But the Batman Who Laughs did the same thing. So if you go looking, there is like they have ones where it's like cover A, cover B, Virgin A, Virgin B.
I don't like that, dude. Do you just? I'm just getting into comics. Like, do they need to have that many?
It's a cash grab, man. But it's working. Like, I was seeing this thing where the top selling books. They were basically the #1 top selling book was I forget which one it was, but it's Batman takes up like the first couple slots, and it's because people want these variants. They want, they do extremely well, and DC is actually killing it. And right now, I know they're scaling back, but they're booming compared to Marvel. Marvel's like kind of dying.
Well, yeah, dude. DC is ever since they got pulled out of that when they did that oh my god, I don't know, whatever, back in like the 80s or even earlier than that, when they got pulled out of that, they've been kicking ass. They've been kicking Marvel's ass since, but
Yeah.
you know, they don't get credit for that, of course. But yeah, DC
Because
is where
people
it's
don't
at.
read comics, man. They watch the movies and think the movies are what these characters are, and then that's how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Another story that I started reading was Event Leviathan,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Super cool. I really enjoyed that. I told Dustin to pick that up if he gets the chance. It's
I
basically
just picked them up, but I haven't read it yet. But go ahead.
it's cool, man. It's like it's basically, you know, basically in DC right now you have this guy going around doing this offer to all these villains. And DC's doing this thing, Year of the Villain, and they're coming up with basically like the League of Doom or whatever, League of supervillains, whatever. So you see basically Batman or the first one's really cool because you get is it the first or the second? One of them there's like you get The Question is in it, you get Plastic Man is in it, and
He's
then
been popping up a lot in normal Batman right now too. The Question.
yeah, and then you get like the rest of the Bat family and the Justice League. So it's really cool. And the way they left off the last book is like, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it does have to deal with Red Hood. So it's really cool, man. I liked it, and it's one that I'm very excited to keep reading because basically Leviathan or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's popping up in all of DC right now, getting together this league of just crazy supervillains. And then yeah. So and he's also in City of Bane. So
Did you see
that's
that
another.
Red Hood figure they just popped up for the animated series?
Oh yeah, I bought it. Yeah, dude, come on. And then they did Nightfall too, dude.
Yeah, Azrael
Yeah.
picked him up too.
Shit.
Check
Take my
this
money.
out. Well, just while you keep talking, but this was Heroes in Crisis issue 1,
Oh wow.
issue 2, issue 3, Psycho
That's-
Pirate, issue 4, 5,
That's cool.
6. Is that and then 7. Superman
yeah.
between Booster Gold and Harley, just shoving
Man,
them
just
apart.
the art on the covers. I'm a sucker for these covers, man.
Oh, that's what it's all about, man.
God,
Covers
yeah.
are beautiful.
I just am in love with these, man. I'm so happy I'm getting back into these comics.
That's what
great.
got me into Deceased, dude. DC's Deceased was those covers, man. They're like just zombied out Batman, zombied out Wonder Woman, zombied out Superman, and then all the horror movie call outs. Cause yeah,
You know
super
what?
dope.
I just listened to the book on Audible, Bird Box. So I never seen the movie, but the book was
Oh, it's so good.
it was a daily deal for like $4. So I listened to the whole thing, and while I was listening to it, I was like, "This is basically DC Deceased." Like, once they see
Yeah.
these creatures, they change, they turn, they kill people, and everything. I don't know how far you both are in Deceased. Not to like any spoilers, but when Batman's in the Mr. Freeze suit,
Yeah, dude.
and he's just like,
I'm caught up.
see, I need to read number 3, but Bird Box just reminded me of Deceased for some reason.
Dude, to see Batman as a zombie was just I don't know, it was really dope, and I'm so excited moving forward, even though he's gone out of it. But
You got to read Blackest Night then, Dan.
read what?
You got to read Blackest Night, the Green Lantern story.
Oh yeah, I still have to read that. There's a lot of backstories I have to read. Yeah. But hold on, I want to finish up my pickups real quick. So I got I mentioned all my comics, but I missed out on Spider-Punk, so I had to go to a Hong Kong seller for that. And then John Wick came up that he's ready from Sideshow, so I have to figure that out next month. And then that's about it, man. I'm waiting to see if anything comes out for SDCC as we announced earlier, there's nothing that I'm excited about, except for the Pennywise, the 1/4 scale Spider-Man, the homemade suit for Far From Home, even though it was not in the movie. I'm hoping that they do a release because it'll sell. Like that suit will sell. So yeah, whatever. I'm going
Did
off
you
on a
miss
tangent.
the first one?
Oh, I did. Yep, I missed everything, of course. So I missed those. So that's all the pickups that I have for the week. The comics, I got the issue 100 of The Walking Dead. I got a few other ones. I got the first appearance of Ezekiel 108, and then I got that cap. Oh, and then I got Renew Your Vows #1 from my comic book shop. It's not the cover I want of the J. Scott Campbell version, but I'll get a print of that or something, like Jesse said. So that's all I got, man. Did Jesse, Dustin, did you guys get anything this week?
Yeah,
Just
I
my
went hard
weekly
on
comic.
comics, man.
What?
I'll go. Yeah, this is like my first maybe like 2 weeks of getting back into the comics and whatnot. So I started reading Walking Dead, and I've just loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I just wanted to have like a few of the ones that I really like the most of the covers and some of the key issues of my favorite characters. So I found this guy locally, and he had just a box full, and he was super cool, and we talked, and that's how you like. That's the only way you can get good deals, if you find people like that. So he gave me a sweet deal because I bought like maybe 10 or so issues from him, and just like some key ones like first appearance of Jesus, and I got that Ezekiel because you showed me that cover, Dan. I thought that was badass. Then he had that signed, that issue 50. Carl is like I think he's a badass character, like just a little kid just surviving. I love his story. So I got this character, and they signed it, the writer and the artist. So this is priceless to me. I think that's great.
That's
And then
awesome.
I started reading because, dude, his writing style is that Kirkman. It's just so like he just gets straight to the point, and I feel like my jaw just drops. Like when I'm reading some of the stories, it's like holy shit! Like he just throws these curveballs. So I started reading this other story he has. It's called Invincible, and I'm just loving it. Like just you never expect what's going to come. Just some crazy stuff he just throws at you. So I'm starting to get into that, and I want to start collecting that because they're actually making an animated series that's going to be on Amazon, I guess, and it's got some badass voice actors in it, like Mark Hamill's voice acting in it. Who else? Freaking wrote him down. That J.K.
This is called
Simmons.
Invincible.
Yeah, it's called Invincible.
Huh.
It's a
I don't
pretty.
think I've ever even heard of it.
Yeah, it's like it's how many issues does it have? It's a pretty short run, but it's got like 150 issues or something. But it's a really good. It's just like it's a superhero story, but it's kind of a little bit different so far. I'm only like on issue 18 or 19, but so far I'm loving it. I'm addicted to it already. His writing style, like it's so different, like anything I've ever read. So I'm starting to collect those, and dude, I've always wanted to have like a first issue of something that I love, like of a comic book. And everything right now is just like for all these Marvel and DC, it's just out of range. Like you're never going to get a first print, something like that for a good amount of money. And I'm talking to this guy who has
something like really old.
Yeah, just really old, like like a first print of something you'd like in freaking Iron Man or something like that's going to cost you thousands of dollars.
I have a white well too, man. It's
yeah,
Batman 244.
So I found this guy who has a first print issue of Invincible, and it's not like super expensive. It's like $300, but it's just going to keep going up and up, I think. And I read about this series, this animated series they're making, and it's supposed to be really popular. So I'm talking to him, and hopefully I'm trying to save up because I really do want that. So yeah, I'm starting to collect those. And what's up?
For your Walking Dead, I found out recently, well, not too recently, it's been a while, but if you go onto eBay and type in like Walking Dead comic book lot, there's people that will sell the lot of the comics, really good condition, but like you might be able to score like say 50 comics for like $60. You
Yeah.
know, that makes it, you know, $1 something a piece. Like we scored some really good deals doing that. It's like it's definitely a viable option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that
love
is.
the covers on The Walking Dead. The covers really, they really get me. So I love collecting those. So that's been fun. So yeah, Dan got me hooked on that. So I've been getting those. And then he told me about the Wednesdays when they drop the new issues and stuff. And it was wild. Like it brought me back to the days I went to stores to get freaking Funko Pops like years ago. Like people were gathered out in the front of the store. And when they opened the doors, people were like not running in, but walking super fast to get to that new issue section, and people were just grabbing shit. And I was just like, holy crap. Like it's kind of a rush. I enjoy that type of stuff. So
That's cool.
I'm going to start. I've got this place right across the street from my work. So I'll be there every Wednesday. I'm really pumped for this.
You
House
should
of
talk
X
to
and-
them and see if they have a pull list where you tell them what you want and they'll pull your comics for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we do. We go to this place where every time we walk in, my girl just gives them this number and they're already paid for. They just hand them to her.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go in on Monday and talk to him then.
Yeah, they never even hit shelves, man. They pull them aside, put them right in a bag, and that way people aren't like digging through them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to get that new X-Men series is starting up, that House of X and Powers of 10 or something like that. And I've always loved X-Men, and I think it's a really good place to start. I heard it's maybe an idea they might have with tying it in with the MCU when they do X-Men. So I think it'd be kind of a cool story to read and a cool place to pick up X-Men again. So I'm really pumped about that. That's it for me.
You got any pickups, Jesse?
Not really. I did those books that we got during the week, and that was about it. I recently got the Justice League Prime 1 Batman. I put that video up.
Yeah.
Dude, it's beautiful. I just don't like the head sculpt, man, and I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about the cow one, the unmasked one. But I mean, dude, it's beautiful. Like, yeah,
I'm
you're
actually talking to my buddy that sculpted the head for me. And
Yeah.
he has an amazing Ben Affleck sculpt that I actually printed one for him and sent it down to him. And we're going to work on a Justice League sculpt to fix it. Like,
nice.
that way, it won't be the off bin. We're going to get the little cape clip. I'm basically, when you're in a hobby for long enough, buying them isn't enough. Like, you want to start making them. You want to start being a part of, like,
Yeah.
the culture. So it's like that's where I'm becoming now. Like I want to make attachments for these things.
Oh, I understand, dude. 100%.
Yeah, with the rooted hair and all that. It's exactly the same progression,
Well, I want to get a 3D printer because I feel like that would be really cool. And I mean, your collection is, yeah, it's a beaut, dude. But for people that don't know, yeah, I did do this rooted hair. Man, my lighting is so bad. Whatever. But yeah, you can see. And then I touched up the paint as well. And yeah, so I get it.
Good, man. I'm not even a fan of. I think rooted hair on most like those Black Widows looks like shit, and I always think rooted hair looks like garbage. But honestly, man, I'd tell you if I think it looks bad, and I think that looks freaking good.
Thanks,
A
dude.
really good place to start, man. So we have 2 FDM printers. That's top-down melted plastic, right? We bought this one called the Anycubic, and it's a resin printer. It's only like $400, and that's where I've been printing all this stuff, dude. The printing is phenomenal. We just pre-ordered the Frozen Transform. It's gonna have a 15.74 build length. Basically, it's gonna be a monster. So I haven't showed this to anybody yet, but I've been printing this Poison Ivy. And this is like an idea of the Anycubic.
Damn, you did that yourself?
Quality. I didn't sculpt this; someone else did. But
Oh,
I've been printing it. It's like, so I'm printing her in pieces. They're naturally keyed up, so it's like she's gonna be sitting on a log. Eventually, I'll be doing a video all about it. I just had her head print, but this is basically the detail that the Anycubic. I got to stand up her arm where the supports were, because I mean, that's the same
What do you use a Dremel to sand it?
No, I'll use so these sand up so easily. I'll be using very high grit sandpaper, but this was printed on the Anycubic.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, dude. There's
like a texture for his skin. If you were to see it in person, like it's a workhorse of a printer that no one really gives it the full credit that it deserves. Nowadays, people are recognizing it, but
yeah. Oh, wow.
That's like old Ben Affleck, but
so can you print like 1/6 scale head sculpts?
Oh, absolutely. I could print bigger than that. I printed 1/3 scale head sculpts.
Bro, I'm gonna be coming to you, man. I'm gonna be coming.
Yeah, here, watch. Let me show you this Batman that I just printed. You try 1/6. So I actually messed up and I didn't put an air hole at the bottom of this. So if you see like this Ben Affleck has a couple little air holes at the bottom. You see that?
Yeah.
So it negates the suction that's created because a resin printer, you put resin in a tank and this thing comes down, the build plate dips into it and the light beams up through the bottom and it keeps doing layer by layer and building it upside down. So I forgot to put air holes at the bottom, but this is like basically 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
And I messed it up though. You can see like a line that kind of goes around the back of his head.
So, but how did you get this? Are you taking is this basically like a recast, if you will? Which I don't care if it is.
No, not at all. So there's people that sell files. So one thing a lot of people don't understand is Sideshow doesn't just have artists like that work there. Well, they do, but Prime 1 too. They don't just have like an artist that shows up every day and is like, I'm going to sculpt. They go on to places like ArtStation. They find people who have work like portfolios on there, and then they pick out artists. The artist designs it digitally, sells them the file, and then they produce the statue.
Wow. Okay.
So there's this whole world, and this goes deeper, but there's fan arts too, where people hired the same exact sculptors these other ones do, produce something basically illegally, but they only make like 30 to 50 of them. And they do
that way it doesn't need a license.
Yeah, they don't have a license, but they'll the same factories in China, like Onage is a factory that prints XM Studios. They'll print your statue for you, produce however many you need, and they'll ship them to your customers. And like all this is fans are taking it into their own hands to make these things now too.
Me and you talked about this a little bit. You told me about it, and you've showed me a few of the projects that you want to do. So it's really cool to see that you're diving down. And if you can, I know that, like you said, you get backed up with your videos, but I'm a huge fan of yours, man. I mean, I started watching you. Yeah. I mean, I started watching you. Ever since you started, you know.
I do remember Collector's Digest popping up. I just never put at first when you found me on Instagram, I didn't put you and Collector's Digest together until you told me.
Right. And I think before too, I was under Bat Dan Jumpman. So
yeah, I remember that.
A lot of people have that. They're like, well, which one are you? I'm like, well, I'm all three, but so yeah, man, if you making videos of this stuff would be amazing. Obviously don't put your formula out there because you're coming up with this stuff, and
I want to elevate people too. You know what I mean? Like I want people to know that they can do this stuff too. Like it's basically as easy as finding something you want to do, finding a way to do it. And then, I mean, I'm one of like thousands out there right now that are doing this exact thing I'm telling you about.
Right.
There's room for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's so cool, and it's hard to sculpt. You know, I've tried to pick up clay and actually sculpt, and I've seen what your girl does. You know, she does some amazing stuff. But if I could get absolutely. If I could get a 3D printer, yeah, I might look into that, and maybe have you. If you're making some stuff, I'm definitely gonna chip in on it. So
Absolutely. So we talked about that the Sanity ripoff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually in limbo waiting. They're test printing it, and I've actually put down my order for the file.
Okay, and then when you get that file, you can print however many you want.
Well, what's going to happen is we're going to print one and make molds of all
Okay.
the pieces, and then we're going to produce X amount. Whoever wants to, I guess I don't have really a mold sitting by me, but we're gonna yeah, I'll take one. We're gonna make however many people get in, any of them. Yeah, thank you, baby. So this is silicone, and this we make Power Ranger coins. We did the same exact thing, digital art. You can see on the inside, it's only gold because we put a gold powder in it, and we
Okay.
pour the resin in. It hardens, and then it makes the actual thing. So check this out. This is a mold for Batman's belt buckle, Dark Knight. You pour your resin in, you shut it. It's a two-piecer. It hardens, and then that's how you get your cast. And that's what we'll be doing with the Sanity. So whoever wants to chip in on it, all that sort of stuff, we'll be able to produce them at literally, I don't even know. It won't cost that much. It'll still cost a couple $100, It
Yeah.
won't be painted or anything, but between the silicone, because I think there's 9 or 10 pieces on there, and then each one, if however many that is, how many pieces they have. So like this would be a mold by itself. This would be a mold by itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got to make molds of each piece, but molds are, say, a million times faster than if we were to print them over and over, because this thing took like 22 hours to print. This little Batman.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely a better route to do molds of it. I didn't even think about that. And that's that's what they do. That's even what custom artists do. They make basically they carve it, whatever, or mold it together and then cast it. So
Yep. Exactly. You probably see them on YouTube all the time.
yeah. Cool.
Watch, I'll show you something cool. This will be it. And then I guess some syrup got on him. This is actually a life cast of Ben Affleck's face. That's his real face. We have a life cast of it, and I poured resin in it. And this is Christian Bale's face.
Oh my God.
Like that's straight from when they use their faces in the movie to make their costume. And then their molds got out onto a black market. And that's basically where then we picked it up. I mean, Ben Affleck has a huge head, man.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
huge.
yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, guys, we've been going for like 3 hours almost. I think it is 3 hours. Listen, this has been a blast. I hope that we can continue to do this every weekend or as often as possible. Jesse, I hope you can join us.
Yeah, man. Just let me know before time and I'll jump in.
All right. Cool. Dustin, thank you so much for tuning in as well.
I'm here all week, bro.
All right. Well, guys, I will put a link in the description below where you can find Jesse. You can find me and Dustin on Collector's Digest every single week. We will be doing a podcast. Hopefully, Jesse will join us as well. If available, I will let him know every time, and then we'll go live. I have a podcast that I'm going to upload from last weekend. Now, we did it a little bit differently. We were going to basically do the audio and then upload it, but I feel like this is much easier. However, Google Hangouts is ending as of August 1st, and then YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google, they will have a YouTube some type of cam program to where you can live on. So I hope it's as easy. If not, we will find some way somehow to bring you the podcast. So if you made it this far in the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you're new here at 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a Hot Toys figure. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. Peace.
Take care.